Hello and welcome back to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy. I hope you're doing good. Today is 17th of February. We are here for the 31st match of this tournament here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful tournament so far. So, welcome back to this live stream commentary here as Canada take on New Zealand take on Canada today in this 31st match of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. No matter where you're watching from, I'd like to welcome you to this wonderful, wonderful contest here. We are here live from the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai, and uh, Canada winning the toss and opting to bat this morning here in Chennai here. So that's as news out there from the middle, and first boundary coming off the blade of Samra there, Yuvraj Samra off the bowling of Henry there. Henry running into bowl this time a little bit outside the off stump, and he punches through the cover there, wonderfully punched through the cover, and Yuvraj Samra goes towards the boundary for 4 runs there. Yuvraj Samra has shown positive signs through this tournament, especially with the way he hits those drives. All he lacks is a little bit of composure and temperament, and if he works on that, definitely, especially if he learns to play the long game, definitely it will go wonders for Canada, especially the class of the type of shots he plays, especially the top order. So definitely we'll have to wait and see how things go ahead for Yuvraj Samra and Canada there. So I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are enjoying the ICC Men's T20 World Cup and how it's been shaped up. As the likes of the Australia versus Sri Lanka game, which happened the previous night, that was something marvelous. The way how the Sri Lankans came back into this game the previous night. So that was something wonderful to see from the Sri Lankan players to put up a show like that against the Australians with 104 for no loss after 51 balls, and then them coming back and bundling them out for 181, and then coming back and chasing that score, especially the likes of Patham Nisanka, the youngster, and then Kusal Mendes, the senior pro, building that partnership of 96, and then Ratnayake coming in along with Pasum Nisanka and Pathum Nisanka taking the charge in the later stages and scoring an unbeaten century, the first century of this World Cup. A beautiful campaign for Sri Lanka, and Australia are almost on the verge of exit here. It will be crucial. They will have to see a lot of permutations and combination. We'll have to wait for Zimbabwe to lose both the games. Then they'll have to win with Oman against a better run rate, and then they'll have to hope that Ireland doesn't win with a better run rate. So lot of permutations and combinations there. But nevertheless, let's see what goes on. But right now we are here from the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. New Zealand taking on Canada. The Kiwis taking on Canada here. We are rooting for the Kiwis here once again. We are rooting for the Kiwis here on this Sports Beyond Cancer here. And here is Duffy, the world number 2 T20 international bowler, running into bowl to Bajwa. He is a good length ball there. He is only defended it towards the cover region. That'll just be a dot ball there. So wonderful stuff there from Duffy. He'll be eager to get back to his usual zone there. Last game he was out of form. He was completely out of odds against the South Africans. He bowled extremely poor lines, and he was hammered all along the park. Jacob Duffy, definitely he would have gone back and he would have worked out his strategies, and he would have cleared his mind, and he would have probably come with a fresh mind today, and he'll definitely be be keen to get some wickets today, because he's a wonderful bowler, as you have seen in the last year and a half. He's climbed up the ranks, and he's also currently the second ranked bowler in the T20 international circuit. So definitely anyone can have an off day, and Duffy will be keen to put the South African game behind him, and to once again contribute to the New Zealand success here. Here is Duffy running into ball to Bajwa, the Canadian skipper there. He's yet to open the mark. 4 balls, no runs here for Bajwa. Here is Duffy running in from over the wicket. This time angling into the batter, straying down the leg a little bit, and he's probably tucked it away towards the deep fine leg region boundary there. That'll be 4 runs there. But did it come off the bat, or will it be leg bias? I think it's going to be off the bat, and Bajwa is off the mark finally. Bajwa will be relieved there. 4 runs for the Canadian skipper there. The ball was an in-swinger, angling down the leg. Poor ball there, and all he had to do was get some bat onto it, and the ball guided away towards the deep fine leg region boundary there. Wonderful shot there for the Canadian skipper there. 4 runs there. Canada will be eager to get a win on the board. They had a poor game against UAE in the last game. with almost on the brink of victory there. Then walked in Shoaib Khan from UAE, and he took the game away from them this time. Outswinger and is guided away towards the third man region there. Matt Henry completing the proceedings, and that will just be a one run to end the over, and 13 for no loss after the end of 2 overs. To all those folks who just joined in at Sports Beyond Cancer, welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy, your sports host, your sports commentator, where we bring in live analysis, live sports commentary, fan chat, and we also cover multiple sports here. And this is my battle against cancer, the fifth battle against cancer. So definitely, this time I'm trying to do something on YouTube. So this is something new to me. So extremely be kind to me and guide me if you can guide me in any of the ways you can in regards to the template or. Because I'm completely new to the OBS system, in regards to the thumbnails, the hashtags, the description, because we are starting to build a community here. And once we build a community, I will probably think about continuing this on a long term while I go through my remission phase and the plastic surgeries and all the stuff there. So with that said, 13 for no loss after opting to bat here after 2 overs here. Canada versus New Zealand. Unfortunately, Mitchell Santner sits out today because he's had a bad dodgy night, as said by Daryl Mitchell. So he's probably taking a rest today. And Daryl Mitchell is the stand-in captain for New Zealand in this game here, out there in the middle now. So that's the story out here in the middle, that in the Group D clash here, a win for New Zealand will mean that they will also qualify with South Africa along with along in this Group D group here, and Canada will be keen to get their first winning points on this tour here. So that's the story here from middle, and we'll have to wait how the things progresses as Matt Henry running in good in swinger there. He's just tapped it away towards the long mid-on region there, and the batters scampering for a quick single there. To all the folks who come in, what a game we had on the cards the previous night. Absolutely dreamy stuff. The way Sri Lankans played, it looked like the old Sri Lanka had come erupted back into life when Sri Lanka used to play with the likes of Jayawardene and the Jayasuryas and the Samaviras and the Arvinda De Silvas, and it seemed like that kind of vibe and positivity was erupting or brewing in the camp yesterday, especially the way Kusal Mendis and Patham Nisanka played wonderful stuff, winning the game so comfortably with 2 overs to spare against Australia, especially after when Australia had scored 104 in the first 51 balls for no loss, and then Sri Lanka coming back and winning the game in style, and Australia almost on the brink of an exit. Afternoon's game will be extremely exciting. A win for Zimbabwe would mean Australia eliminated from the group stage with 1 game in hand. That's going to be some big news out there. 15 for no loss after 2.3 overs. The run rate 6 here. Here is Matt Henry running into bowl to Yuvraj Samra. This time he steps down the wicket, charges, but hits it towards past the cover, towards the wide of the mid-off fielder there, and sufficient time there for Yuvraj to complete the single there. To all the folks who joined in, welcome here. I hope you hit the like button. I hope you hit the comment button. Every single subscription, every single subscribe button will help us battle in this fifth battle against cancer, and also help us stay motivated, because that will aid me to come back stronger. That will aid me to have a motivation every single day and come back and speak to you, because we have been lacking a motivation, because we have been bedridden for the past 2.5 years due to my fifth cancer battle. So kindly, please hit that like button, because that will push our stream to the feeds of other people on their home pages. So extremely requesting you to please hit that like button. Only then it will be pushed to the other people's platforms, so that we can have more numbers cranking here, and we can have a lot of discussions happening here on this channel here. So I also request you to put a chat in the chat box there, because we would like to know from which part of the world or which part of the globe you're watching this game, and also let us know who do you think you're supporting, who do you think is going to win today. So please be kind enough to do that, so that we feel like we're talking to some people here and not just onto the camera here. So the last ball, he's punched it to the covers there, and the ball will be cut out, and the batters will come back for 2 runs there. 18 for no loss after 3 overs. Canada, a good shot there. He did not try to hit it too hard. There was a little bit of bounce on that. He just punched it to the covers there, and the batters will complete 2 runs there. 18 for no loss after 3. And the squad for today is there's been 2 changes for New Zealand, because Mitchell Santner had a dodgy night. He's been replaced by McConkey, and Kyle Jamieson will come in for Loki Ferguson. That's the two changes for the Kiwis there, and the captain will be Daryl Mitchell, as you all saw out there in the toss there. And for Canada, there's only one change there. Shivam Sharma comes out for Kalim Sana. Kalim Sana bowled wonderfully. He's shown good patches of good bowling there throughout the tournament, but Shivam Sharma has been given an opportunity this morning here in Chennai. Here is Jacob Duffy running in. Wonderful ball angling into the stumps. Yuvraj Samra trying to force a shot, charges down the wicket, but unable to get a good connection on the bat there, only managing to tap it back towards the bowler there. So eagerly waiting for the chat box. The chat box is completely open. Kindly be kind enough to engage in the chat, because that's when we get motivated. That's when we can have some real conversation, and that's when I'll be feeling like talking to someone rather than just talking to a camera here. This time, angling into the leg, and he tucks it away towards the mid-wicket region, and the batters scamper for a quick single there. A shy at the stumps there, but the balls missed the stumps. Nevertheless, he had made it home there. That'll be one run for Bajwa. Good running there between the one run for Yuvraj. Good running between the wickets there, and a good communication between those two. As soon as they hit it, just an eye contact and a nod of the head, and they both run in for the singles there. Canada will be eager to get their first win on board, and New Zealand will be eager to get the win so that they qualify for the next phase of the tournament here. This time, ball was outside the off stump, probably finding the outside edge and going away towards the third man region there. That will be just one run for Bajwa. So that's the changes there for the two teams there. Mitchell Santner unfortunate to miss out, and Daryl Mitchell taking the proceedings here. The batting all-rounder, the senior pro Daryl Mitchell, he's been given the helm of things here. And Shivam Sharma comes in for Salim Khana for Kalim Sana for Canada there, and Kyle Jamieson coming in for Loki Ferguson. So that's the changes out there. And here is Jacob Duffy banging the ball short into the chest of the batter there. He tucks it away towards the short square leg run, and once again the scamper for a quick single here. The Canadian batsman this time playing better compared to the previous games. No wonder, learning every single game is a learning curve, and here they have realized that how important the rotation of strike is, especially in the first 6 overs when the bowlers are bowling good channels and good lines. It's you need not always look for the boundaries. Rotation of strike is also extremely clear, and they clearly today showing it out there that they have done their homeworks, and they are running the quick singles and tapping in the gaps there. This time he goes over the infield. The ball was a little bit outside the off stump, a little bit on the drive length there, and he's driven it in the air over the infield, over the cover fielders there, and into the sweeper cover boundary there. 4 runs there for the Canadian skipper Bajwa. The ball was actually shaping away from the batter. He opens the face of the bat and drives it in the air, does not try to keep it down, and over the point fielder there, and with the ball going towards the cover point region there. 4 runs there for Bajwa and Canada here. 25 for no loss after 3.5. The run rate 6.52. Here is Jacob Duffy, wonderfully bowled the ball, climbing into the batter. He's only guided it towards the third man region safely, and the batters will scamper for a single there, and Bajwa will keep the strike as it's the end of the over for number 4. 26 for no loss, and the run rate 6.50 here. So please drop in the chat. The chat box is completely open, so when you drop in the chat, it will definitely push the feed to different people out there. So kindly requesting you to put that first message. Let us know from which part of the country or globe you're watching this game, and also whom are you supporting there. I see about 9 people there in the stream there, so please be kind enough and drop that first chat and have a healthy conversation here on Sports Beyond Cancer here. I hope you hit the subscribe button, because that will help us stay motivated and probably think about continuing this journey and the long-term basis here. For all the efforts you have been putting in, be kind enough to hit the chat box and let us know from where you are, so that will definitely motivate us here. South Africa already qualified in this group. New Zealand, a win today will definitely take them into the next phase here. Kyle Jamieson, who's been brought into the team today in place of Loki Ferguson, is into the attack here for his first over here. Here he is running into bowl to Bajwa. This time a driving length delivery outside the off stump, and Bajwa plays a wonderful shot, drives it all along the ground past the diving fielder in the cover region there, And the ball rolling away into the boundary in the cover region. 4 runs there for Bajwa there. What a start, what a shot there. The ball was a little bit on the half volley side, fuller length delivery, and Bajwa presenting the full face of the bat and does not try to hit the ball too hard. Just pure timing there, class written all over. And he hit it wonderfully there, Bajwa. He was struggling in the previous games, and probably today his team seems to be in good nick here. Here is Jamison this time. Oh, wonderful ball. A good length delivery climbing on the batter. He just traces his bat outside the off stump there and he flirts with the ball there. Bajwa, the ball just going past the inside edge, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Yes, going past the inside edge and the movement. And it moves away into the batter there, move and the swing on the ball there as Seifert has to pull a dive towards his left and the ball was traveling. The ball was extremely traveling there. Good effort there from Seifert. He's managed to pluck the ball that is swinging away from him here. Here is Jamieson running in to bowl to Bajwa. This time, good length delivery. He tries to drive it through the covers once again, but unfortunately doesn't get any timing and placement behind that shot. That'll be just a dot ball there. 30 for no loss after 4.3 overs. Run rate 6.67. I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are enjoying this stream as well as the cricketing spectacle that this World Cup has brought to all you people around the globe here. It's been an exciting contest and it's been a wonderful series. Irrespective of whichever team you're supporting, I mean, the amount of talent and potential that's been growing through the ranks, the likes of Italy, Nepal, and how Italy have been playing in the first debut season is simply marvelous. Never in the history have I seen any team come to the debut ICC tournament and dominate a game like Italy have been doing there. Definitely doing wonders for the European cricket. Definitely doing wonders for the growth of the cricket globally. And no wonder a lot of European nations will be turning their heads towards cricket in the recent in the next few years. And the Italian kids will be keen to take up cricket earlier in the schooling days or in their careers, and probably the academies will be soon developing multifolds in Italy in regards to cricket. That is what sport can do: development and positivity running all throughout the ecosystem there. This time the ball angled into the pads. He tucks it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. The batters coming in for 2 runs there. Glenn Phillips there coming in with the throw from the deep square leg. But the batters will be home there. No concerns there. 2 more runs here for the Netherlands and beg your pardon, Canada and Bajwa here. So please drop in the chat. Eagerly waiting for that first chat there. And I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are enjoying the contest here at Sports Beyond Cancer, as well as the on your TV screens there, whichever TV screen you're watching on, whichever channel you're watching on, I mean whichever broadcaster you're watching on from around the globe there. Here is Jamieson running in this time, wonderfully bowled, probably a slow one. The ball was angling into the batter. He managed to tap it, and that'll go to the cover point fielder there. That'll be a dot ball. After the end of 5 overs, 32 for no loss. A steady start here for Canada. They have tried to preserve the wickets here because in the previous games they went in too hard initially, and they did not have the sufficient amount of batters to take the final onslaught in the final 5 or 6 overs there. So change of strategy for Canada. They're playing cautiously in the power play, and 32 for no loss after 5 overs here. So still waiting for the first chat in the chat box there. Eagerly waiting. So any chat message will be extremely helpful so that we can look at how things have been and we can have a discussion here. James Neesham has been given the ball here. Here he is running in. The ball to Yuvraj, and Yuvraj, good length delivery, angling into the batter. He tucks it away towards the left of the bowler there, and Neesham will be happy to collect the ball there. That'll be a dot ball there. 125.5 kilometers per hour clicks on that, and Neesham will be bowling here for loading the last over of the power play here for New Zealand and the Black Caps here. Definitely, we have been rooting for the Kiwis this tournament along with India. because New Zealand has been my second home. Given that I have worked there, I've stayed there, I love the people there for 4 years there, and definitely a strong bond with them because I planned my entire life in New Zealand. But unfortunately, cancer shattering my dreams of staying back in New Zealand, and I had to be here, come back to India, and my visa got expired because of my medical concerns and stuff, and I couldn't go back because of being sidelined for 2.5 years and couldn't continue my passion for sports journalism. But nevertheless, through this platform, it has given me an opportunity to pursue my passion and live my life again, start my life again from scratch at the age of 33 after 5 cancers and losing all my career in regards to sports. My passion for sports journalism, which I was following actively for 8 years, and probably YouTube was the platform, probably was the call of the universe, because that would give me to address the global audience there rather from just catering to just New Zealand or just India. This time bangs in a little bit short, but straying down the leg. They're not on a good line to bowl the channel there, and Yuvraj Samra just pulls it away and wide of the deep square leg region there, and it'll go towards the deep fine leg region there. One bounce into the boundary there, 4 runs there for Nisham. It was banged in short, but not a good line, and he swivels across and pulls it towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs there, no chance there for Glenn Phillips at the deep square leg region, and Canada will somehow need to find the momentum going in the way. They need to take those calculated risks here. Can Yuvraj Samra make it here? This time he goes for the big shot. He goes for the big shot. Once again, banked in shot. Not much pace there on offer there, and a lot of width there. He had all the time in the world, and he pulls it towards the deep mid-wicket region. I think, and the ball goes into the boundary for 4 runs there. Yuvraj Samra, finally the last over of power play. They're realizing that this could be the last over at the end of the fielding restrictions here, and they're taking the charge on to Jimmy Neesham, probably the bowler they wanted to target here. And he's not that quick as the other fast bowlers, and the Canadian batters targeting Neesham, trying to counter-attack him, and managed to hit 2 boundaries of the last 2 balls here. Neesham will be keen to get a wicket. He's running in this time. He smashed it straight past Neesham there. The confidence riding high. Yuvraj Samra, 2 boundaries. The confidence was extremely high. He drives it straight towards Neesham. The ball was in the air but struck with such brutal force. The ball going past Neesham into the boundary there towards the side screen, all along the ground after it crosses the umpire, and that will be 4 runs there. Powerfully hit shot down the ground there. Probably the shot of the game until now, and Jimmy Neesham has and Jimmy Neesham, 3 boundaries on the trot for him, and he has conceded 3 boundaries on the trot here, and Yuvraj Samra will be riding on high adrenaline after hitting those 3 boundaries. Last ball of the power play. This time he makes room for himself. It was banged in short this time, and he backs towards the leg side and he cuts it in the air towards the backward point region there, and it's just going over the ropes. There's 6 runs here for Canada and Yuvraj here. What a wonderful way to end the power play here. He's managed to hit 3 boundaries and 1 6, 3 4s and 1 6 in the last over of the power play. 18 runs coming off this over, an extremely important over for Canada, and they have pulled 18 runs as the partnership reaches 50 of 36 balls. A great start here for Canada, and a much required over in the power play to end the power play here. 50 for no loss after 6, and the scorecard is after opting to bat at the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai here. Jimmy Neesham will definitely not be happy. A poor start here for Jimmy Neesham. 18 runs coming off the first over, and Canada will be keen to get their first win on board here, and they are definitely looking promising out here. Dilpreet Bajwa 20 of 19 as you can see on the screens, and Yuvraj Samra 29 of 17 in this power play here, opting to bat here. And with no Mitchell Santner today, Daryl Mitchell has been Daryl Mitchell is the stand-in captain for today. To all the folks who are just joined us, Daryl Mitchell is the stand-in captain here, because Mitchell Santner has been told as he was informed by, as we got to know by Daryl Mitchell, that he said Mitchell Santner had a dodgy night, so he wanted a rest and he'll be fine in 24 hours. So nothing serious concerns for the Mitchell Santner, just a one day rest here, and he should be back pretty soon for New Zealand. Back into the nets, back into the practice tomorrow there. So that's the story. 50 for no loss after 6 overs, and we'll have the first drinks break out here in the MA Chidambaram Stadium, in MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai out here. And to all the folks who joined us, welcome back to Sports Beyond Cancer. I hope you're enjoying this live stream as well as all the cricketing spectacle this entire World Cup has been bringing to you. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. And I hope you're enjoying. I hope you enjoyed the previous stream and also the previous game, Sri Lanka versus Australia, Australia versus Sri Lanka, and what a game it was. Pathum Nisanka, Kusal Mendes, and how the Sri Lankan boys found that lost touch and they have brought that energy back into the camp. It's now completely, we can see the aura around the team, especially after that game here. They are definitely having that momentum going towards in the direction, and they will definitely be keen to carry it forward in this tournament. And Sanat Jayasuriya, he's done a wonderful job with these young blokes out there, and he's started to look a big threat for the other teams, especially how these batters have come rising through the ranks in the past few years. And McConkey, who's come in here today for replacing Mitchell Santner, has been thrown in the ball right after the power play, the first over of power play, and McConkey will be running into bowl to Bajwa here. Bajwa is playing almost a runner ball. He's been playing extremely cautiously in 19 balls, 20 runs. Here is McConkey, wonderfully bowled. The ball angled into the batter, and he taps it away towards the long on fielder. Happy to give the strike back to Yuvraj Samra, who's been hitting the ball wonderfully, who's been timing the ball wonderfully this morning here. 29 of 17, 51 for no loss, 6.1 overs. That's the story out here. To all the listeners, I hope you hit the subscribe button. But more importantly, can you hit the comment in the chat box? Let us know from which part of the globe you're watching this game and who are you supporting today, so that we can have a conversation going out here, and it will make us feel motivated because it's been a long time since we had a conversation here, and it will be great to have a conversation, and it will make me feel like I'm actually talking to a person here, not a camera. This time he drives it towards the cover fielder there, Bajwa, misfield there in the cover region, and it will give the batters the opportunity to cross over for a single there. 53 for no loss after 6.3, and the run rate 8.15. McConkey has been just brought into the attack. He is brought in to replace Mitchell Santner today, and he will be keen to produce and grab this opportunity by the collar and produce some match-winning performance or deliver a performance worthy of giving the New Zealand management a healthy headache of whom to be put on the bench in the next game there. 54 for no loss, 6.4, and here is Bajwa now to play McConkey. This time straying down the leg, missed out opportunity there. He tried to pull it towards the deep fine leg region there, but unfortunate to not get good contact on the bat there, only managing to edge it towards the short the fine leg fielder there. That will be just one run there. The Canadian captain is absolutely livid with himself. That was a freebie on offer, but he's missed his time. A little bit short outside the off stump, and Yuvraj Samra rocks back and cuts it towards the backward point region there. Again, Glenn Phillips completing the proceedings there. And after the end of the 7th over, 56 for no loss, and the current run rate 8 runs an over. We have been rooting for the Kiwis right since the start of the tournament, along with India, because that's where I worked as a sports journalist for 4 years, and it's been a dream country. It's been a wonderful country. The people are extremely kind. I mean, these blokes are extremely down to earth. As you could see, the likes of Kane Williams and the Rachin Ravindras, I mean, how down to earth they are. Good souls there, and that's no wonder I definitely consider New Zealand as my second home, and that's the reason behind supporting New Zealand after India in this tournament here. Wonderful bunch of cricketers, wonderful blokes, especially by heart. So there you go, 56 for no loss after 7 overs, and Canadians batting extremely deep, as you can see in the on your screens there. They have a wonderful batting depth, and definitely with the kind of start they've got, they will be aiming to go for somewhere close to 170, 180. Here is Jimmy Neesham into the attack, angling the ball into the batter. He drives it towards the long mid-off fielder there. That'll just be a dot ball. Canada batting deep today. The likes of Navneet Daniwal, one more prominent name in this tournament. He's been exceptional for Canada, but not in terms of the runs, but in terms of the shots he plays, the back foot punch he plays, and the kind of drives he plays, it's an absolute delight to watch for any cricketing fan. If you haven't watched this game, please watch the highlights of the previous Canada games and watch the strokes he plays. Navneet Taliwal, the back foot punches. I mean, it's not so often that these days we get to see back foot punches, but this guy loves back foot punches. Probably his favorite shot. Whenever a ball is shot, he goes back and plays, jumps in the air, goes back and shifts his weight backwards, and then just punches the ball. And that's an absolute delight to watch. This time, Yuvraj Samra charges down the wicket, makes room for himself. The ball was banged in a little bit short, and he drives it through the cover region there, and the ball going away towards the boundary there. And Kale Jamieson is definitely impressed by the type of shot here from Yuvraj. He is absolutely impressed by his shot here. He nods his head, 60 for no loss after 7.2 overs. And Yuvraj Samra slowly getting a move, 22 balls, 36 once again. He tries to make room for himself and goes towards the backs up towards the legs, outside the leg stump. And Jamieson trying to following up, but this time a good length ball, and the ball was climbing on him, and he couldn't get any bat onto that, and that'll be a dot ball there. Eagerly waiting for your first comment box. We are waiting for your first comment in the chat box there. Kindly let us know from which part of the globe you're watching this game and whom are you supporting this morning here as we bring you the live game, the 31st game of the tournament from the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. Here is Jamieson, this time a fuller length delivery and angling into the batter. He tucks it away towards the wide of long on region, but good fielding there by Matt Henry. He is quick and dispatches the ball as soon as possible to the keeper there. The batter's happy to take just a single there. So with the likes of batters Canada has today, they'll be definitely looking to get to 170. Navneet Taliwal, as I was talking, he's one batsman every youngster would need to know, because in the earlier days, during the 90s, we could see a lot of batters. Even the early 2000s, we could see a lot of batters play the back foot punch shots. But lately, we haven't seen a lot of batters or many cricketers or the cricketing world in itself. We haven't seen a lot of back foot punches. But this guy, Navneet Taliwal, this tournament, he's played so many back foot punch drives through the point and through the coverage, and it's absolute delight to watch and an absolute spectacle. Especially you have been following cricket from a very early age, probably in the 90s and the 80s. He's giving some reminiscences of that era. And Nicholas Curtin has been extremely poor. He needs to up his game. And Harsh Thakur has been wonderful with the bat there. Shreyas Moava has been pretty decent. Saad bin Zafar. So it will be extremely crucial how these batters can. They have a strong batting lineup, lot of potential. They just need to execute it out today, and probably with this kind of a start, they'll be looking to get somewhere close to 170 today. This time, Jamieson, wonderful ball, change of pace there. The batter was trying to back away towards the leg stump, and Jamieson runs in and rolls his finger and bowling that slow bouncer there. The batter almost fox there, but adjusts his stance in the last moment and taps it towards the cover region and the point region. That'll be one run there. With the end of the 8th over, 63 for no loss here. And Canada, after opting to bat, probably have made the right decision here. As you can see on the screen there, both the batters batting beautifully out there. Yuvraj Samra, 38 runs from 25 balls, and Bajwa, 23 of 23. And Canada starting wonderfully. They are slowly trying to get the momentum and get it going. Probably Yuvraj Samra, as you have seen in the past few overs, he's trying to shift gears here. He's trying to force those runs here, and someone would have to take those risks. 8 overs, 63 for no loss. Probably you could call it an extremely decent shot, a decent start, having wickets in hand, especially to cater to the late overs and the later middle overs, which has been a concern for Canada, because they used to lose early wickets in the other games, and then they wouldn't have batters to go for the big shots in the later half of the game there. So today they have managed to identify those loopholes, and they have come out strong here, picking those singles, picking those gaps, and 63 for no loss here. And McConkey into his second one, a quicker one here. The ball angling into the batter, pitched at good length and turning into the batter, coming into the batter, and he's just tucked it away, tapped it towards the cover region. That'll be a dot ball here. This time a little bit flighted delivery, but a little bit on the shorter side, and that is enough for Yuvraj, who's looked in fine touch. He rocks back and pulls it away towards the cow corner region there, and that will be 6 runs there into the stands there. Wonderful start here, and Yuvraj Samra The ball was bowled a little bit short and it was turning away from the batter there outside the off stump. He rocks back and he would not miss on that. An easy picking there, a 76-meter there for Yuvraj Samra. He is hit it extremely well and the Canadian camp and the dugout is extremely happy. What a shot that is. This time McConkey, good comeback. This time shortens his length a little bit and darts it in a little bit quicker there. And he's driven it towards the long off region there. One run there. Yuvraj Samra has now reached 500 runs in T20 international cricket here. That's a great achievement for the batter there. Speaks volumes about the potential he has. He's playing a wonderful knock today. In the previous two games, he threw away his wicket as soon as he was looking settled there. But this game, he's shown a lot of maturity, picking those singles, picking those gaps, and respecting the good balls. And that's the great improvement which we can see today. And that speaks volumes about the hard work and the homework that the management and the analysts have put behind the scenes there. 72 for no loss as Yuvraj Samra taps it away towards the long on region there, and that'll be a single here. The current run rate 8.15, and Canada will be hoping that they continue this and probably up the run rate from 8.15 to somewhere close to near 9 or 9.5 here. Full toss, wonderfully pitched up delivery, pitched outside the off stump and turning into the batter. He tucks it away towards the long on region. That'll be a single ray. After the end of 9 overs, 73 for no loss here. And these openers have come out with an intent, come out with a great a lot of efforts they have put behind the scenes, especially the early games. They tried to go hard in the power play. This time playing sensibly, playing according to the situations and circumstances, and taking that calculated risk. And one person happy to rotate the singles with Happy Bajwa, extremely happy to play with Bajwa, extremely happy to play the second fiddle to Yuvraj Samra, and he's let Yuvraj Samra take control of the situation, take those calculated shots and calculated risks, and he's happy to watch it from the other end there. So 73 for no loss after 9 overs, and that's the story out there. Canada winning the toss and opting to bat, and they have started this game on a wonderful note here. Here is Nisham now into his second. He was expensive of his first over. Yuvraj Samra took him apart, and he will be back to make amends here. Jimmy Nasham running in to bowl to Bajwa this time. This time, a wonderfully bowled change of pace there, back of the hand delivery there, and Bajwa unable to read his hands there. He's beaten for pace there. He's beaten for the variation there, and one bounce before the keeper there. That'll just be a dot ball. Wonderfully executed by Nisham there. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's a smart, clever campaigner there for New Zealand, and he's an experienced campaigner in this circuit. He's played across many leagues and many franchises across the globe, and he's an experienced bowler there. Here is Nisham running in to bowl to Bajwa this time. Once again, a leg cutter probably this time. Bajwa happy to tap it down towards the wide of cover fielder there, and that'll be a single. Bajwa needs to up his run rate, strike rate here. He's batting less than run a ball. 27 balls, 26. That will be extremely concerning for Canada because he would need to get a go. He would need to shift gears. He's batting less than run a ball, batting through the power play, that too under the field restriction conditions, and he needs to up his game here. Yuvraj Samra has been batting wonderfully. 4 short of a wonderful 50. Can he get to his 50 in this over? Can he get 50 in this ball here? Here is Nisham running in to bowl to Bajwa. The ball coming into the batter, keeping a tad low, and Yuvraj happy to tap it back to the bowler there. To all the folks, I hope you hit the subscribe button. I hope you hit the like button, because that is when our stream feed will be passed on or will be promoted on the home pages of other people's YouTube channel there. So there you go. 74 for no loss after 9.3, and Jimmy Nisham running in to bowl to Yuvraj Samra. This time he's bowled it wide outside the off stump. He goes for the wild slash. No position. He was in no position there, completely losing his balance there. And that looked like an unconventional kind of force shot there. But that'll be a dot ball there. No damage done out there. Kindly requesting you to hit those subscribe button. I see a lot of people, but I guess they haven't hit the subscribe button. And also requesting you to put a chat in the chat box. Let us know from which part of the globe you're watching this game, and also whom are you supporting in today's game in this at the MA Chidambaram Stadium. That will help us understand our audience, and also that will help us stay motivated and realize that feel happy about that the audiences are actually chatting with us and we are having an interaction, and actually real people are listening out to the stream here. This time a slower ball once again, wonderfully bowled. He's made a great comeback here, a back of the hand delivery, a leg cutter, and Yuvraj Samra only managing to tap it back to the bowler. A great comeback here after being hit for 18 runs in the first over. Nisham has come back in the second over, giving away just one of the five balls, just one ball to go there. A great comeback here by Jimmy Nisham here at the MA Chidambaram Stadium here. Here is Nisham. Will Yuvraj Samrat try to grow big? Will he play the pressure release shot? This time banged it in a little bit short. He's pulled it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. One bounce. And Glenn Phillips will complete the proceedings. He's quick there, pouncing on the ball like a tiger and throwing the ball in one motion back to the keeper. He's so fiercely quick, Glenn Phillips. He's like a live wire there, out there in the open there. So that's the end of the over here. 75 for no loss after 10 overs. Eagerly waiting for the first chat in the comment box. Eagerly waiting since the last 45 minutes to have that conversation. Let us know from which part of the city or which part of the globe you're watching this game, and whom are you supporting today. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because that is what keeps us going, because that is what keeps us motivated against this fifth fight against cancer, as well as we have entered remission and entering into the plastic surgery and the rehab phase there. So every single subscription will motivate me to continue this journey, to wake up every single day with a better purpose, to wake up with a purpose of following my passion through this YouTube platform, which is extremely new to me, because earlier I used to cover it from the ground, but this time the YouTube has given me this platform, so definitely would be happy. So please, every single subscribe will motivate me to consider this as a long-term basis and wake up with a purpose and believe in the universe once again. This time Glenn Phillips has been thrown the ball and he squeezes it just past Glenn Phillips there, and the ball going towards the long off region there. One run there for Yuvraj Samra as he moves into the 48 now. The 29-year-old bowler from Otago, Glenn Phillips, he's been given the responsibility. He is a wonderful campaigner. He can do it all. He's actually a wicket keeper by choice, but since he started bowling in the nets, the New Zealand camp always happy to get his services with the ball there, because he's a live wire in the field there, especially in the outfield and especially in the gully and the point regions there. He is one of the best fielders in the past 2-3 years. I mean, he's the topmost fielder in the past 2-3 years in the how he's been throwing his body around, the way he flies in the air, plucks the catch out of thin air, and no wonder they would be happy to have him on the field rather than behind the stumps doing his wicket keeping, because he also provides those crucial overs. He has a golden arm, so definitely New Zealand, what a change of roles there, from wicket keeper to you are an off spin bowler. So that's a wonderful story there for Glenn Phillips and New Zealand there. So this time he picks up a single, tries to cut it towards the point region, and that'll be just one run there. One run short of 50 for Yuvraj Samra here. And here is Glenn Phillips running in to bowl to Bajwa. And the ball angling into the pads, and he just drives it towards the mid-wicket region, just picking up a single here. Bajwa playing extremely slower here, less than run a ball. The run rate's been dipping here, and he needs to make a move here. He's played through the power play and is just on less than run a ball, 28 of 29. Definitely he needs to start playing those risky shots, start going big here. At some point he has to break free. This time outside the off stump, and he's driven it through the cover, through the sweeper cover. Will they be coming back for 2 runs there? McConkey with the throw, and the batters happy with the single there, and Yuvraj Samra gets to his 50. Wonderful knock here by the opening batter of Canada here. Yuvraj picking up his 50 of 36 balls, a strike rate of 138.39 there, 6 fours and 2 sixes. He's batted beautifully, especially those boundaries against Jimmy Nasham, and that's 6 over the point region. He's been absolutely entertaining this morning here in Chidambaram. This time once again angling into the batter. Bajwa is still happy to drive it towards the long on region, happy to take the single there. 6 runs coming off the over, the first of the Glenn Phillips, and 81 for 1 after 11 overs here. Raj Bajwa still batting less than a ball. He needs to shift gears. He needs to find that run flow going. He needs to find those boundaries coming in. Otherwise, he'll be always lagging behind in the strike rate here, and the pressure will be starting to mount on Yuvraj Samra and also the team camp and the team in the dressing room there. And with that said, 81 for no loss after 11 overs, especially with the batting so deep. I mean, he should be taking those risks there. He should be playing those big shots there. He should be fancying to go big somewhere at some point after playing, especially playing 30 balls and being less than run a ball in this format, and especially on a Chennai wicket here. 81 for no loss after 11 overs here. Kindly requesting you to hit that subscribe button there, because that will be an absolutely motivating factor for us to keep this going for a long term basis. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because I'm still watching here. We have had a lot of people there, and only one person has subscribed till now. So kindly help us reach that goal as soon as possible, because that will aid me to cater to different things, to get some gear and stuff, so that I can invest in this gear and stuff, and probably bring in better animations in regarding to the scorecard and stuff here. Jacob Duffy running into bowl to Bajwa. Wonderfully bowled. He's just tapped it towards the point field there. 29 of 31. When is Bajwa going to break free here? He's seen enough. He's had a long time out in there in the middle. His eye is set, and probably this time he will need to take his chances. He will need to play those big shots, and I'm definitely thinking that it's definitely around the corner here. Here is he running in off cutter here. He rolls his finger here. Yuvraj Samra was almost interested, but Jimmy Neesham there, a little bit fumble, but the batters deciding to not go for the single here. This time angling into the pads, and he's only managed to hit it towards the short fine leg region there. That'll be just 1 run here. Bajwa needs to get a move. That was a loosener. He should have gone for the big shot. He should have found the gap there. He's struggling out there to time the ball out there in the middle, while Yuvraj is timing it beautifully there. He's timing it elegantly here, but Bajwa is piling up the pressure for Canada, as well as on the shoulders of Yuvraj, as he's less than run a ball there. He will have to get a move on here. 82 for no loss after 11.3 overs. The run rate 7.13. Here is Duffy, Jacob Duffy running in to bowl to Bajwa. That's a short pitch delivery climbing onto the body there. And he pulls it away towards the deep square leg region there. A couple of bounces as Rachin Ravindra completes the proceedings, and he returns the ball back to the keeper there. 83 for no loss, 11.4 overs. The run rate 7.11. Duffy running in to bowl to Bajwa. Banks it in shot, and he's managed to hit it straight to the fielder there. Poor shot there. A lot of width on offer. He could have gone square off the wicket, only managing to try to hit it straight towards the bowler there. And that'll be a dot ball there. The partnership 83 of 72, and Bajwa 30 of 34. He's struggling. Bajwa especially struggling out there. He's less than a run a ball, and he'll have to break free at some point there. He'll have to take those calculated risks. Not calculated risks, he has to take those risks here. It's almost into the 12th over. And this time, wide outside the off stump, and he tries to drive it, only managing to get an undercut, and the ball's been stopped wonderfully by Seifert there, and that'll be a dot ball to end the over. 83 for no loss after 12 overs here, after being put into bat. Yuvraj Samra unbeaten of 51 of 37, as you can see on the screens, and Bajwa 30 of 35 balls. And with an extremely deep batting lineup, Bajwa needs to be playing those risky shots with the likes of with the likes of Navneet Daliwal, who's been the star batter through this tournament here. Harsh Thakur, who's shown positive signs. Shreyas Moa, who's shown a decent amount of potential there, and Saad bin Zafar. So definitely they need to be targeting somewhere close to 170, 180. But for that, we'll have to wait for the captain to break free. He's batting less than run a ball, 30 of 35. And this time, flighted in the air, McConkey and Yuvraj Samra go straight, and the ball goes in straight towards the side screen there. 6 run there, a little bit of width outside the off stump, and he's gone. He's gone underneath the ball, and he's found the meat of the bat, and the ball sailing into the stands. A straight 6 here. That was a wonderfully flighted delivery, and Samra picking it up early, getting underneath, and an 87-meter screen six towards the side screen there. And the Canadian management and the dressing room is happy out there as they're cheering for this wonderful knock here by Yuvraj Samra. Here is McConkey. He would be keen to cramp the batter for space here or take the ball away from the batter. This time, once again, flighted delivery. Yuvraj Samra goes up in the air, and the ball going towards the long on reach there. One more six there, 2 consecutive 6s here. Poor line there, a little bit in the hitting arc of Yuvraj Samra, and he doesn't miss out there. It was definitely in the arc, and he smashed it in the long on region there. 6 runs, 12 balls coming off two balls here from the blade of Yuvraj Samra. He's not missing out on those looseness here. He's set his eye in. He's got his 50, and now he's breaking free. Now he's getting lethal here. This time he goes inside out. The ball was tossed outside the off stump. He makes room for himself and backs towards the leg side and goes inside out for going over the cover fielder there. And the ball rolling away towards the boundary in the cover region there. 4 runs there. What a start we've had to this over here. Yuvraj Samra is breaking free and he is taking on the charge. 3 boundaries on the trot, 2 sixes and 1 boundary. The ball was flighted outside the off stump, and he goes inside out and smashes it over Daryl Mitchell's head, and the ball going away into the cover region boundary there. 4 runs there for Yuvraj Samra here. He's taking the charge onto the Kiwi bowlers here. Here is McConkey. This time he bowls it a little bit short outside the off stump and bowls it away from his hitting arc, and he's cut it away towards Glenn Phillips stationed at the sweeper cover region there. 100 coming up for Canada, 100 in 12.4 overs. A wonderful start here towards this to this game here for Canada. Yuvraj Samra batting 68 of 41 and Bajwa 30 of 35. And here is Bajwa to take on. He tucks it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. Will they be coming back for a second run? No, they will have to be content with 1 run because Glenn Phillips was the one charging towards the ball, and within one motion he's released the ball back to the bowler there. 101 of 78 the partnership, and Bajwa 30 of 35. And can Yuvraj Samra get yet another shot of this last ball of McConkey? This time he tries to go for the slog sweep, shuffles across the outside the off stump, but McConkey keeping the ball away from his hitting arc, throwing it wide outside the off stump. All he can do is sweep it towards the deep mid-wicket region, and the batters crossing over for 1 run, and Yuvraj will retain the strike back as Canada 19 runs coming off this over. A wonderful over, a good over there for Canada here considering the circumstances, especially how the run rate has been going down, and it's currently, even after those sixes, even after 19 runs over, the run rate 7.85 here. Yuvraj Samra 69 not out of 69 out of. He's batted beautifully out there. He's stood tall. He's taken the chances against the ball early chances. He's taken those calculated risks, and he's still standing out there fighting for his team. Here is Kyle Jamieson into his third. This time banks in a little bit short. That was a slow bouncer, probably going down the leg, and rightfully the umpire flexing his arms. That'll be a wide ball there. He will have to re-ball that. He's tried to deceive the batter with the slower bouncer. He bowled it wonderfully, but unfortunately straying down the line was the one that was the culprit there, and that'll be a wide ball there. Here is Jamieson running in to bowl to Samra. Back of the hand delivery, a slow one, but it was in his hitting arc, and Yuvraj Samra going straight as the ball's been hit straight into the side screen there. What a shot he took. He spotted the change of pace right from he picked the ball from the bowler's hands there, and he waited for the ball to come into him. Did not try to hit it too hard, but he smashed it straight like an arrow. Got underneath the ball, and with that stride, he hit it straight towards the side screen as the ball lands into the side screen there. 93 meter 6 there for Yuvraj Samra. He's playing a gem of a knock here in the MA Chidambaram Stadium, entertaining the audience here with his range of hitting and the type of batting skills he possesses. This time banged in shot. He taps it away towards the front of the point fielder, and they scamper for a quick single there. Yuvraj Samra, absolute revelation here for Canada at the top of the order, and he's shown the cricketing world that he's there to battle it out despite the circumstances, and he's been consistent. And here is Bajwa ready to face Jamieson. This time he tries to move across to the off stump, and he manufactures a shot. He's scooped it over the deep spine leg region there. That'll be one bounce for here. Finally, a boundary for Bajwa here. He's had been struggling since the last time, a long time, and here he's managed to manufacture a shot. He goes down towards the off stump, shuffles across towards the off stump, and a good length delivery, and he's managed to get underneath the ball and scoop it towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs there for Bajwa here. Much required boundary for the skipper. He's been struggling throughout for finding the form. And he's still under a run a ball here. He's 35 of 37. He definitely needs to get a move on here as Kylie Jamieson runs in to bowl to him for the fourth time here in this over. He's running in to bowl to him, and this time he's managed to bowl a full length delivery outside the off stump. Bajwa happy to open the face of the bat and guide it away towards the deep backward point fielder Rachin Ravindra there, and they will easily complete 1 run there. So that's been the story so far. To all the people who are logged on to Sports Beyond Cancer, welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy, currently battling my fifth cancer under the remission phase after 2.5 years. So kindly hit that subscribe button, because every single subscribe will mean the world to us. So hope you're doing good, and hope we all build a community here, and hope we uplift each other and show the world the power behind resilience and the human spirit here. Here is Kyle Jamieson running in this time for on the wicket to Yuvraj. The ball was bowled quick, angling into the pads. It doesn't get good contact, and the ball will roll away just fine off the short fine leg fielder there, and they'll scamper for an easy single there. 116 for no loss after 13.5 overs. That'll be the last ball before the drinks break. We'll be back soon. A couple of minutes into the drinks break. Just need to go and grab my water bottle so that I can sip on some water, especially with the throat getting dry with continuous speaking here. So one ball before the drinks break here for New Zealand and Canada here. 116 for no loss. So they've played it wonderfully across the two sessions here, and they'll be eager to go into the last last phase of this game, and take on the bowlers from the word go here. As you've seen, Yuvraj taking on the bowlers from the last two. This time, Yuvraj Bajwa tries to go over the top. He's been caught. The ball was bowled in a fuller length delivery outside the off stump. He tried to squeeze it, smash it towards the sweeper cover region there, only managing to hit it towards Glenn Phillips there out there in the deep. And Glenn Phillips, he doesn't miss out on those. He's pounced onto it, and that will be the first breakthrough for New Zealand here. And that will be the first breakthrough for New Zealand here. Bajwa, the Canadian skipper, who was immensely struggling to time the ball. As you can see, he scored only 36 of 39 balls. He's struggled. He's been under a run a ball for quite some time, and finally he's suffering ends here. He will have to depart. 36 of 39 balls. Scott Glenn Phillips, Ball Jamieson, and the wonderful opening partnership 116 for 1 has been broken here by Kyle Jamieson, and with that he completes his 3 overs, 1 for 27, and we'll be off for a quick water break. I'll be just getting my water bottle here because the throat is getting dry. So stay tuned on Sports Beyond Cancer. 116 for 1 after opting to bat on this Chennai wicket here. Welcome back after the drinks break. 116 for 1 after 14 overs. So that's been the story so far. Bajwa just falling off the last ball before the drinks break there, being holed out in the extra sweeper cover region, caught by Glenn Phillips of the bowling of Kyle Jamieson. He's had a tough start here. Bajwa struggling to time the ball throughout the innings, and he's been dismissed 35 or 36 of 39 balls here. And Navneet Daliwala walks out there in the middle, but Samra will be taking strike to face Henry. The ball, he's charging towards the leg side and missing the ball. Henry taking the ball away from the batter there, trying to keep it away from his hitting arc, and the ball keeping low. And that will be a dot ball to start the proceedings after the drinks break here. Here is Henry running into ball. Banks it in a little bit short outside the off stump. He's only managed to pull it towards the long on region. And the ball rolls towards the Jacob Duffy stationed at long on region. And that will be one run here. Navneet Daliwal. He's batted beautifully for Canada at the number 3 position during this World Cup here. The back foot punches, which has been a rare sight in the cricketing world lately. And he is probably that's his favorite shot. He's always shifting onto his back foot, jumping in the air and having the right head balance and the body posture, and he punches it with precise timing and precise placement into the boundary. He's been a delight to watch in this tournament here. How many can he get here in this game here? Unlucky to have been run out in that sort of a fashion in the previous game. If you watched how he got run out in the previous game, and he'll be keen to get some runs today too. This time a good length delivery, angling into the batter, and Daliwal taps it back to the bowler there. That'll just be a dot ball there. A cross seamer. A lot of variations being brought in by Jamieson in this innings here. He is a smart campaigner there for the Black Caps there. Here is Henry running into bowl to Daliwal. And he's bowled it a little bit short, goes for the pull, doesn't get good timing onto it, and he drags it a little bit, doesn't get any power behind it, and just wide off. The ball goes just wide off, long on the fielder there, and they'll be coming for crossing over for a quick single, and Daliwal is off the mark with that single there. So that's the story out there. Here is Yuvraj Samra trying to go big, and he's managed to clear the infield there. The ball was banged in short outside the off stump, and he's gone over the mid-off fielder there, and the ball rolling away into the boundary, and that will be 4 runs for Yuvraj Samra here. The ball was banged in short outside the off stump, and he went for the pull shot. He's managed to slap it over the infield there, and the ball rolls away into the boundary there. 4 runs there, and Daliwal has moved into the 80s there. He's playing a gem of a knock here. He's taking the game, the challenge against the Kiwis here at the MA Chidambaram Stadium as Henry runs in to bowl to the Samra. This time he tries to slice it. He sliced it in the air. Can he be taken here? The ball is lurking in the air, and Rachin Ravindra is coming in from the backward point region there, but just falling short of him, and that will be 1 run here, and that will be the end of the over. 123 for 1 after 15 overs. 5 more overs to go. How many more can Canada get? What do you think will be a good score on this wicket here? Please let us know in the chat box there. What do you think will be a good score on this wicket? Because we can have some discussions, and we can have a look at what do you think about this score, and who are you rooting for, and also let us know which part of the world or which city are you watching this stream and the match from. That will be extremely helpful for us to have a chat. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because that is our main motivating factor to come back to you every single day with a purpose, so that we continue this journey for a long-term basis as I enter my remission and my rehab phase here. 5 cancers at the age of 33, and definitely every single subscription will motivate me to continue this time on a long-term basis here. Here is Nisham now back He's bowled it a little bit half tracker here, and he's hit it over the point fielder there, beautifully placed there in the gap region there. No chance for Mark Chapman running in from sweeper cover region there. That'll be for it was short pitch delivery outside the off stump, not much pace on the ball, lot of width and easy pickings there as Yuvraj Samra jumps and cuts it over the point fielder there, and the ball rolling away into the boundary fence there. 4 runs there. What a shot by Yuvraj. He's playing a gem of a knock here for Canada here. He's almost he's on to 87 of 50 balls here with a strike rate of 174. If they continue to play with the same run rate, they are going to reach 167, but they will be eager to get more than that. This time he backs away towards the leg stump, a full length delivery. He manages to drive it towards past the bowler, towards the long off region, and that will be just 1 run there. 28 balls to go. How many more can the Canadians get here? Here is Nisham now all set to run in and bowl to Navneet Daliwal. Navneet Daliwal, can he play the big shots here? This time he's managed to hit it straight, but the fielder was straight enough there in the long on region. He managed to cut it off. 1 bounce towards into the fielder there at long on region there. That'll be a one run there. As you can see in the highlights, Navneet Daliwal 64 of 49 balls against South Africa. The back foot drives, the back foot punches, beg your pardon. Then the cover drives over the covers, and then stepping down to spinners and shots over the long on region there. He's been an absolute delight to watch. Textbook shots written all over his innings there. 129 for 1 after 15.3 overs. The run rate 8.32. Jimmy Nasham running in to bowl to Yuvraj Samra here. And it's been a wonderfully bowled Yorker. He's tried to squeeze it there, and Daliwal wanted the single. He's almost halfway through. The ball being thrown back to the bowler, and Daliwal manages to return back to the crease there. See the shot, clears his front leg and bat swings inwards. Quick hands there by Daliwal, and 61 runs in that region, cover region, long on region, and the back foot punch. There you go, as you can see in the highlights. He jumps a little bit in the air and rocks onto the back foot, shifts the weight balance and punches it through the point region there. So that's the story. 129 for 1 after 15.1, and Yuvraj will be eager to get to that 100 there. We'll have to see, but he will be playing here for the team. He will be not looking at milestones here. He will be hoping to get the maximum amount of runs for the team and his nation here. Here is Nisham, a wide full toss angling under the pads. A missed out on opportunity as Yuvraj only managed to drive it towards the deep square leg region there, and that will just be 1 run as Sachin Ravindra quickly latches onto the ball and has a shy towards the keeper's end there, and that will just be 1 run there. Missed out opportunity, a full toss on offer on the pads, and Yuvraj this time only managing to hit it straight towards the fielder there. Here is Jimmy Nisham. He's running in to bowl to Navneet Daliwal. And this was in the hitting arc, and he clears his front leg. That's his strength there, and he smashes it straight into the dugout there. What a shot there. The ball was traveling. It was hit with immense force, and Jimmy Nisham is livid with himself. Poor length to bowl. A half volley in the hitting arc, and Navneet Daliwal smashes it, clears his front leg, and smashes it with complete authority, complete domination there, and 6 runs there for Canada and 6 runs there for Daliwal here. 136 for 6 after 16. How much more can the Canadians get there? Can they get to 180 here? Can they get to 190 here? It doesn't look it doesn't look easy, but definitely this could be a good score for Canada to have against New Zealand here. We finally have the message here. Carl Jacob 8358. Yuvraj would get too cautious approaching the century. Definitely, that is a matter we'll have to see. Will he be playing for his team here and not be looking at the milestones here because his team requires the maximum amount of runs? Let's see. Jamieson running in from outside the ball outside the off stump. He's managed to hit it, slice it in the air. The ball going towards the long off fielder there, rolling towards him, and that'll be one run here. We'll have to see there, Carl Jacob. He could be extremely cautious. I'm sure he'll be extremely nervous here. A lot of emotions will be running through his mind. Can he get to his first ICC trophy century, first ICC tournament century? Can he get to his name on the three-figure mark there? A lot of emotions here, and he'll also be keen to play for his team and contribute to put on the maximum number of runs on the board for his team too. A lot of emotions will be running through Yuvraj's head here. But thank you for your comment here. Appreciate you getting involved with us, and appreciate you for giving your inputs into this game here. Thank you very much, Carl Jacob here. 138 over 1 after 16.2 overs. The run rate 8.45, and Jamieson 29 for 1 there. Off his 3.2. He's bowled well there. He's come in the team to replace Loki Ferguson today. But the Kiwis definitely missing the services of Mitchell Santner, and that's the reason I'm still surprised why Daryl Mitchell did not throw the ball to Rachin Ravindra. I mean, a lot of right-handers, left-hander too. I'm not beg your pardon. Yuvraj was out there in the middle. He could have probably tried to give at least one over to Rachin Ravindra. This time in the air, and he's dropped it. The ball was outside the off stump, and he sliced it in the air towards the long off fielder there. The ball was lurking in the air, traveling towards the wide of the long off fielder, and it looked like it was catchable, but the ball was just climbing onto him, and he puts one hand in the air, and he's almost managed to pluck the catch. The ball was flying, and he should have probably gone with two hands there, and Matt Henry going in with one hand, but unable to hold on to it, and the ball going over the ropes there. That is 6 runs, 96 for Yuvraj here. Wonderful shot here, and that's a missed out opportunity, and he's on 96. Can he get to his 100? That will be a big moment here for Yuvraj Samra and Canada. Jamieson running in this time. A Yorker length delivery outside the off stump. He's only managed to squeeze it towards the cover fielder there. That will be a dot ball. 144 for 1, 16.4 overs. Matt Henry definitely not happy with that dropped catch. He had the ball in his hands for quite some time. He had moved in the right direction. He had jumped perfectly, only fails to latch onto it, and the ball sails over into the boundary. 6 runs there. There was a slow off cutter there, and Yuvraj Samra went for the expansive drive here. And here is Jamieson, all set to run into bowl to Yuvraj Samra here. This time wide outside the off stump, and he drives it through the sleeper coverage, and he's going for the boundary here. But Glenn Phillips put in the drive and rolls onto the ground and throws the ball in one flash. He's a wonderful fielder there, and that will just be 2 runs here for Samra. 2 runs away from a well-deserved 100 here. 146 for 1 after 16.5. A good shot here by Samra. A lot of emotions will be running on his head. He'll be high on emotions here. And thank you, Carl Jacob, once again for your message there. Rooting for an upset and following from Trinidad, West Indies. Definitely, this could be a good game. And even though I'm supporting the Kiwis and the Black Caps here, extremely passionate about this team and the Black Caps here. I definitely would not mind an upset if Canada goes on to win, especially if I get to watch some quality cricket like the way Samra has been batting here. This time Jamieson, he's banged in shot, he's tried to cut it away, and the ball's going away towards the fine leg third man boundary there, and it's gone off the edge towards the third man boundary, and Yuvraj here fists his pump in the air. He's removed his helmet here. He's celebrating. He's having the moment of his life here. He is soaking in all the emotions. He's soaking in all the applause that's been ringing all around the MA Chidambaram Stadium here. And the fans are happy, and so are the Canadian management here. He prays to the heavens. He worships the ground, and he's all happy here. A wonderful century for the Canadian opener here. 102 coming off 58 balls there. Beautiful shot. Not a good shot to get to your 100. Nevertheless, an outside edge and the ball flying past the third man region. And that'll be a 4 and that'll be a 3-figure mark for Yuvraj. He's batted beautifully right since the start. He's taken those calculated risks, especially when Bajwa at the other end was struggling to time the ball. He did not mind about that. He kept going from one end. He kept the pressure on to New Zealand here. And he's played a wonderful knock. A 3-figure mark here. And what a game we've had on the cards. And this will be a moment that he's going to be remembering for the rest of his life. And the Canada will be definitely proud of the achievements of this opener here. He's batted beautifully against the strong bowling lineup, against the likes of the Kiwis here. And that's a wonderful way. He's soaked in all the emotions. He's soaked in all the applause because he would have waited for this moment probably since his childhood, since the time as a school kid he dreamed of being a cricketer here, since the time he dreamed of being a cricketer, and since the time he would have thought that I will represent and play in the international stage, and he would have soaked in all those emotions, those reminiscences, those hard works, those disciplines, those training sessions, and those efforts, the coaches who introduced into the game. He's soaking in all the moment. That's a proud moment to feel here. Wonderful century here against the Kiwis here. Here is Matt Henry this time. A low full toss outside the leg stump, and that'll be a white ball here. So definitely rooting for an upset there, as Carl Jacob said. From watching from Trinidad and West Indies. Hope you're doing good and hope you're enjoying how the West Indies have been playing cricket in the current World Cup here. They have batted beautifully they have played beautifully in this campaign here. They have come back strongly after 2 series losses against Afghanistan and South Africa, if I'm right. Yeah, South Africa. And the West Indies looking a strong contenders here with a lot of their players well accustomed to the subcontinent here in India, and then well accustomed to this format of this game, the T20 format, because they play a lot of leagues. These players in across the globe, multiple leagues, and definitely they look a strong contingent. The West Indies here. Congratulations to you, Raj. Carl Jacob, thank you for your message. Absolutely congratulations. That bloke definitely requires all the applause. He's batted beautifully. He's taken the charge onto the New Zealand. He's battled out there all the wonderful bowlers, the deadly bowlers of New Zealand, and he's paced the innings wonderfully. Did not go too hard in the initially. He played those cover drives and pull shots and then the cut shots through the point region. Especially the turning point of the game was the over against Jimmy Neesham, where he broke free and hit those couple of fours, a good beautiful shot for fours, and then he pulled the ball or cut the ball over the point region for a wonderful 6 there. So definitely a good shot there for good moment there for Canada and Yuvraj. And here is Henry running in this time outside the off stump, and he sliced it in the air towards his sweeper cover region there, and Glenn Phillips running towards his left, and the ball was dying on him, and he plucks the catch once again. Glenn Phillips, he is a masterclass fielder there, and the Kiwis fans are happy in the stands, and Dhaliwal will have to depart for 10 runs here. And that was a slow delivery thrown in outside the off stump, just within the wide guidelines, and Dhaliwal rocking back and slicing the ball towards the offside, and Glenn Phillips diving towards his left, running in from the sweeper coverage and pulls off the catch there, and that'll be a wicket there. And the Darryl Mitchell is happy with the catch, and that'll be the second wicket there for Canada. Navneet Dhaliwal 10 of 7 balls, and Canada 153 for 2 there. Thank you, Carl Jacob, for your message. I hope you're enjoying how West Indies has been playing, and also appreciate you watching this game and supporting Canada this morning here. But we are supporting the Kiwis here because I've been a sports journalist working in the New Zealand for past for the 4 years before my 5th cancer, and definitely backing the Black Caps all the way. My second home after India, so definitely backing the Black Caps. They are wonderful blokes, wonderful people. They're kind-hearted, extremely grounded, and these are especially with the likes of if you would have seen the Kane Williamsons and the Rachin Ravindras and Darryl Mitchell's, extremely soft-hearted, extremely a lot of character, a lot of grounded character, and they are wonderful people to be with, and wonderful society to be in, a wonderful community which caters to all the positive developments out there. So here is Henry running in to bowl to Cretan, and a slow ball outside the off stump, and he's driven it towards the sweeper cover region there. That'll be just 1 run there. to all the listeners who joined into Sports Beyond Cancer. I hope you hit the subscribe button, and I also hope you hit the uh, like button on this channel, because every single like will promote our feed to the home of other people there, other people's homepage there. That will help us crank those numbers, and that will definitely help me against this fight against life, against this fight against my cancer, against this fight against to continue my passion here. So please, please, please don't forget to hit the, once again, poor fielding there from New Zealand. The ball was a full toss, hit straight towards it, down the throat of the fielder there in the long on region there, and Jimmy Nation missing the catch, going in for the reverse cup, and the ball's gone through his hand, and it's gone into the boundary for 4 runs there. Not a sight you would watch as a Kiwi play here. A rare sight in cricketing circuit here, to see a Kiwi fielder do the misfield here. A rare sight in cricket currently in the present era. A New Zealand fielder, a Kiwi fielder missing out on a catch here, and that'll be 4 runs there. Yuvraj living the luck here once again. He's managed to live the luck on a couple of occasions. He was almost caught when he was on the 90s, and Matt Henry dropping him then, and this time Matt Henry can't complain, because he was on the ball, he was on the wrong end. He was on the wrong end previously, and this time he was the bowler, and Jimmy Nation dropping the catch here. 158 for 2 after 18 overs. The run rate 8.78. Here is Jimmy Nation now running in to bowl the penultimate over here for towards Keaton on strike. This time wide outside the off stump, banged in a little bit short, and Keaton goes through the covers past the fielder. Glenn Phillips the fielder there. Keaton was interested for a second run there, but Yuvraj Samra sending him back rightfully. And thank you, Carl Jacob, for your message once again. Okay, I changed my support to New Zealand along with you, but now for a chase of a target of 180. Yes, thank you for coming back, and I'm extremely happy that you are looking for a good game here. Definitely a chase of target of 180 will be definitely good here. 2 overs to go. I'm not sure. We need 21 runs to get towards the 180. I'm definitely backing Canada to go for 180 there. Here is Nisham running in. This time wide outside the off stump, and he slashes it wide past the cover fielder there. Once again, Glenn Phillips running in. He's been a live wire on the field there. Glenn Phillips, he's always hungry to get towards the ball. He's always hungry to throw the ball as fast as possible back to the keeper, back to the bowler there. He's just on his toes all the time. He's on the top of his game every single time he comes out there in the outfield, and he's a live wire. He's like a lion and tiger ready to pounce on the ball, and there is once again quickly racing towards the ball, and in one motion throwing the ball back to the bowler there. Wonderful stuff there from Glenn Phillips there. Here is Nisham in the penultimate over, running in to bowl to Keaton, who's been struggling with some runs in this. He's not managed to get a good outing there. He's played some poor shots, and he's been dismissed pretty early in the innings in the last couple of games. Can he get a couple of good hits before this time? A Yorker ball. He tries to shuffle across the off stump, but Jimmy Nation bowling a inch perfect Yorker, and he's been wrapped on the toes, and he will have to depart, and I think he's gone. But Keaton there going in for the review. Did he manage to get a inside edge or from some bat onto it? We never know. Keaton straight away going in for the review here. Did he manage to get some bat onto it? We'll have to see, as the decision is will be sent upstairs now. The run rate 8.73. They would have liked to go somewhere on 180. Probably did he manage to get an inside edge? We'll have to wait and watch, as the umpire Nitin Menon is under the scanner here. It was a wonderfully bowled Yorker, missing probably just going past the bat here, but we'll have to wait for the ultra edge there. Ultra edge will make things clear, but we see Nick Keaton has seen it on the big screen, and he's walking away towards the dressing room. He's made his move towards the dressing room. As these modern cricketers, we have the big screens here, and before the umpire's decision comes into picture, these guys are already halfway down the ground, because they have seen the big visual out there on the screen there. Wonderfully bowled Yorker. He shuffled the and that's a inch perfect ball there, completely plumb right towards the bottom of the middle stump. That is a definite out there. Poor review there from Keaton, but nevertheless They had only 9 balls to go, so he just took a chance there. 160 for 3 after 18.3 overs. Canada, after winning the toss here at the MA Chidambaram Stadium and opting to bat, they have put on a good score here, but they would have liked somewhere close to 185, 190. But Bajwa there, the Canadian skipper, struggling with the timing initially. Despite the 100-run plus partnership, he played less than run a ball for almost all the time through his innings, and eventually he was dismissed, and he couldn't get a move on. And those dot balls and that kind of an innings. Putting the pressure on the Canadian camp here, because that could have made a difference of easily of 20 to 25 runs there, especially with wickets in hand and with the likes of Navneet Daliwal and Harsh Thakur out there, sitting out there in the dugout there. So 9 more balls to go. How much more can they get? 160 for 3 here. Can they get somewhere close to 180? They will be extremely happy with 180 here. That would give them a chance to fight against this mighty Kiwi batting lineup, especially with the power-loaded opening batters, Tim Seifert and Finn Allen there. This time, poor ball, angling it towards the leg, and Harsh Thakur unable to capitalize on that, and he's only managed to pull it away. Couple of bounces towards the deep square leg region there. That'll be just 1 run for the batter there, and he'll be off the mark. 8 balls to go. Can Yuvraj get that final onslaught? He's batted wonderfully for his 100 here. Can he get that final 20 runs and take Canada and the momentum along with them going into the fielding, into the next phase of the innings here? Can he find those big hits? A couple of good hits in this over, and probably a couple of good hits in the next over. That's all they need. That's all will ensure that they go to a score close to 180 here. Here is Nisham running in. This time, beautifully bowled Yorker here. Absolutely inch perfect, and all Yuvraj could do was squeeze it off and straight back to the bowler there, and that'll be a dot ball. 129.4 clicks on that, but an inch perfect Yorker, and all he could do was just manage to squeeze it off and keep it away from going on to hit the stumps there. A dot ball, wonderful ball to bowl at the death especially, and Jimmy Nesham has been executing it wonderfully. We saw it earlier in the over when he dismissed Curtin, and here he is bowling that similar kind of a Yorker to the well settled batsman who's notched up a century, and getting a dot ball out of the Yorker there. Jimmy Nesham for one last time in his spell. 3.5 overs, 1 for 36. Can he get a 2 for here? Can he get his second wicket of the morning here? This time, once again, a wide full toss, and he's managed to open the slice of the bat and guide it towards the backward point region there. The ball, and misfield there by Glenn Phillips. Once again, a rare sight here. He's run past the ball, but the batter's coming back for 2 runs there. That'll give them the time to come back for 2 runs there. 1 for 38, a wonderfully bowled penultimate over by Jimmy Nesham. And after the end of the 19th over, 163 for 3 here, Canada. This has been a good batting here. A display of batting by Canadians, especially Yuvraj Samra, who's carried the bat through his innings since the start until the 19 overs. 110 runs of 64 balls, unbeaten. And as you can see the scorecard there, Bajwa extremely struggling out there. 36 of 39 balls. He struggled to the core, especially to time the ball, and he was causing pressure out there in the middle, but somehow he stood there with Yuvraj Samra and was happy to rotate the strike and watch the proceedings from other end, and they brought up a big partnership initially. This time Harsh Thakur shuffling across the off stump, and he's only managed to drive it towards the cover fielder there, and they can scamper for a quick single. He has a shy at the bowler's end. A direct hit would have been Harsh Thakur should have been heading towards the dressing room, but the fielder misses throw, and that'll be 1 run there. Harsh Thakur scampering in to get the strike back to the well-settled Yuvraj Samra, who's been hitting the ball wonderfully this morning or this afternoon now here in the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai here. Jacob Duffy is bowled wonderfully. He's made a great comeback. The last game he was taken apart. He was torn apart. He bowled erratic line and lengths against South Africa. This time he's made amends. He's bowled wonderfully. He's come back, and here he is picking up the wicket here once again. It was a short pitch delivery, and Yuvraj Samra moving across to the off stump, and he's pulled it towards the deep square leg fielder there, and Glenn Phillips picking up the catch on the second attempt. The ball was into his hands and it popped out again, and Glenn Phillips had his heart in his mouth, and he's managed to lash on towards the catch on the second chance, and that will be the end of a wonderful innings. The standing ovation there for Yuvraj Samra at the MA Chidambaram Stadium. He's played a knock of the ages for a Canadian batter in the ICC tournaments, and he's dominated the Kiwi bowlers right since the start. 110 of 65, if I'm not sure, 110 of 65 balls. He raises his bat, and the crowd and the dugout all raised to acknowledge his knock, and this has been a wonderful knock, nothing short of extraordinary. He's batted beautifully. He's hit those wonderful drives, pull shots, cut shots, and those huge sixes, and he's definitely deserves all the applause. He definitely deserves all the ovation there, and that will be the end of a wonderful knock. And it was a treat and an absolute delight for all the cricketing fans to watch him bat in that manner, and that has a lot of emotions running through his head. His the 100, his 100, and the way he got to it, and against this time Hey Liger, he smashed it deep in the deep mid-wicket region there, cow corner region, 6 runs there. He's been a big unit there. Even the last game, we saw him coming out for one ball and I think 1 or 2 balls, and he's smashing those sixes. He's a big unit. He's extremely powerful, extremely muscular. I'm always worried why this guy is not sent up the order. He's always coming late into the innings, especially when 2 or 3 balls is there. Imagine if he could have come in the 17th or the 16th over instead of the Harsh Thakur or someone else, or that could have made the difference there. He's a power unit there. He strikes at 165. Definitely no point in sending him this late. So that's always been my concern. Even the previous game, they sent him for the last couple of balls there. Absolutely something that the Canadian management will have to alter and send him, especially play him as a finisher with 3 or 4 overs to go. That could be more ideal for Hey Liger there. Hey Liger only managing an edge towards the short fine leg region there, and that'll just be a single here. Harsh Thakur is now back onto the strike. 2 more balls to go. Can they get 9 runs here to reach to 180? This time a low full toss, and all he can do is drive it towards the long on fielder, and that'll just be 1 run here. 1 ball to go, 172 for 4. Can they get that maximum and get close to that 180 mark here? To all the listeners who join in at Sports Beyond Cancer, I hope you're enjoying the show. But more importantly, I hope you're enjoying the cricketing spectacle that this tournament has been brought right since the past 10th day. Today is the 11th day of the tournament. So far, so quick. I mean, time has passed so quickly. And thank you for your continuous support and for tuning in to Sports Beyond Cancer. I hope you hit the like button. I hope you also hit the comment button, hit the subscribe button, because that subscribe button will mean the world to us, as it will motivate us. This time fuller length delivery, and he's managed to hit it over the cover fielders there, and the ball going towards the sweeper cover region there, and Hey Liger was interested for the second run, but that'll just be 1 run there, and Canada completing their innings on 173 for 4 after 20 overs, and Jacob Duffy has come back beautifully in this game, picking up 1 for 20 of 25 of 4 overs. He's gone back to his drawing board, put his demons behind his back, assessed what went wrong against the South African game, because he was torn apart. He was bowling poor line and length against South Africa, and he's come back and shown it to the world that definitely he has earned that world number 2 spot, and definitely he bowled like the world number 2 bowler today. 1 for 25 of 4 overs, and that's the end of the first innings here. The target there for the Black Caps would be 174 for 4. And let us have a look at the scorecard. So this is the scorecard we have on the screens right now. Yuvraj Samra, what a wonderful knock, dismissed in the last over. 110 of 65 balls, 169.23. And Dilpreet Bajwa, the skipper, extremely struggling out there in the middle to time the ball. Less than a run a ball, 36 of 39 of 92.31 the strike rate. And then Navneet Daliwal, a couple of shots, I think just 1-6 there, and Nicholas Kitchen once again struggling there, and just Dylan Hey Liger getting that 1-6 in the last over there. So the bulk of the scoring have been done by the openers, especially Yuvraj Samra. He's been the star here for Canada tonight, this afternoon here. And let us have a look at the bowling lineup here for Canada, for New Zealand. Jacob Duffy, wonderful comeback, 1 for 25 off his quota of 4 overs, and Matt Henry was wonderful, 4 overs, 1 for 28. And Kyle Jamieson, a little bit expensive, 4 overs, 1 for 41. And James Neesham, 1 for 38. He bowled wonderfully, especially the comeback. The way he bowled the penultimate over, I think he gave just 3 or 2 runs, 4 runs there. And McConkey was expensive. He's been brought in to replace Mitchell Santner, and definitely them missing the services of Mitchell Santner out there in the middle of the Black Caps. He went 3 overs, none for 34. And Glenn Phillips, 1 over, none for 6. So that's been the story so far. We'll be back with a quick break here as we bring in the chase for you, and we have a lot of exciting games around the corner this afternoon. Ireland versus Zimbabwe. That is a crucial encounter. A win for Zimbabwe would mean that the Australians are out of the World Cup with still one game in hand for the Australians. That could be a big news around the cricketing world. That would be a big what do you call? Something that the Australians would have never ever imagined. Going out of the tournament in the group stage with still a game in hand, that would speak volumes about the fortunes they've had, or probably the poor performances they've put in the couple of games here. And with that said, we'll be back soon for a quick break. I'll just go and grab some lunch here, and we'll be back in a couple of about 5 minutes when we come back for the chase here. Stay tuned on Sports Beyond Cancer, and we'll be back soon as possible here. Thank you. I hope you hit the subscribe button, and hope you share with your friends and family, and hit that like button there. We'll be back here soon. Stay tuned here on Sports Beyond Cancer. Welcome back. We are in for the chase here as the new Kiwi openers are out there in the middle and just Karan Singh and he's off the marks. Just Karandeep is on the attack for Canada and he taps the ball towards the short fine leg fielder there and Tim Seifert off the mark there. Carl Jacob 8358. Your commentary is insightful and knowledgeable. Thank you very much, Carl Jacob. That extremely kind of you. I'm definitely on the learning curve. I've just been a sports journalist for 8 years. Across India and New Zealand, covering the IPL and the Tokyo Olympics and multiple leagues in back there in New Zealand, in Timaru, Dunedin, and Wellington and Auckland. So I'm just starting out. This is something new that I started out on YouTube, and really appreciate your motivational words there, encouraging my commentary. Absolutely motivates me to do better every single day. And thank you for this wonderful comment to cheer me up there. This time, straying down the leg, and the ball is tucked away towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs there for our final, and he's off the mark here. Just Karandeep has been extremely extremely expensive in this tournament here. He's not been bowling in the right lengths there. You could see he was smashed in the previous game. Even in the game before that, he's definitely not bowling good, and the management still continuing with him, and he starts off the innings here. He's probably has the potential, but he's not managing. He's probably bowling well in the nets there, but when he comes out in the field, he's been struggling out there. Hopefully he makes amends. Hopefully he pays back for the face shown in there by the captain, especially after being thrown in the new ball. He would have to do a better batters, because if these two batters get a going, they will be completely brutal, as you have seen. This time the ball moving away from the batter there, and that will be a wide ball there. Too wide there, and it was still moving away from the batter. That will be a white ball. These two batters are power units. The amount of power they bring in the shots, easily they can clear any ground in the world with these. With the likes of them, both of them reaching 100th T20 international sixes in one of the games in the previous encounter. So that speaks volumes about how these batters are, how dangerous these could be, and what a decision by the management to put these two in the top of the batting order. I mean, earlier it used to be Conway and Rachin Ravindra and one of Finn Allen or one of Tim Seifert, but this time they have gone in with both of them right at the top because they want to have a change in the mindset there. This time tucked away towards the mid wicket and quick single there, and poor backing there, and the ball has been overthrown. The overthrow will run away for boundary there. Poor backing there by the fielder there. I think the poor backing there from the fielder there in the mid-off region there. Completely missed the ball. I think it's Ansh Patel there, unable to get behind the ball. The ball was tucked away towards the mid-wicket region, and the batters going for the quick single, and the fielder coming in from the mid-wicket having a shy at the stumps, and Ansh Patel, who was backing the ball there, couldn't puts in the slide, but completely missing the ball there, and that's been rolled away into the boundary there. 4 runs there, and to add more. Oh my God, this is getting from worse to worse here. He's overstepped on the ball too. That is going to be a no ball plus single plus an overthrow of 4 runs there. Extremely poor stuff there. Poor backing there by Ansh Patel in the cover regions there. He's managed to slide and unable to stop the ball. Extremely poor cricket there. And the bowler has overstepped too, so that will be a free hit too here. A reprieve, a free start here for New Zealand. 12 already off 2 balls, and the free hit coming now. This time a slower ball outside the off stump. He's tried to hit it, but the ball keeping low on him, only off the under edge, going towards the mid-on fielder there. That will be a dot ball there. So as I was talking, the Black Caps, the management of New Zealand have for the first time, I think, decided to go with these two pairs, because they have changed their mindset there, because how the modern day T20 cricket is being played is that they don't wait for getting stability into the innings. They want to take on the bowlers right from the word go, with the likes of Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, and with the likes of how the West Indies have been playing, and with the likes of how the England batters Philip Salt all taking the game away right from the ball one and putting the pressure back on the opposition camp. So probably that could have been the reason, and this is a powerhouse opening batting pair, Tim Seifert and Finn Allen. Both of them have extremely high boundary to ball ratio, because every 2 or 3 balls these guys hit boundaries, and they can clear any ground in the world. It is such well built, the physique they have, and No wonder that's the reason, and that's the ideology behind them also going with these two openers, both of them batting together. This time he hits it towards the mid-on region there, and Navneet Dalial having a shy at the bowler's end, but Finn Allen, who was had to turn back, he somehow managed to drag the back into the crease. That was a direct hit. And good fielding there from Navneet there. 12 runs of 4 balls here. Here is just Karandeep running in to bowl to Seifert here. Can he get a wicket here? Can he get the early breakthrough here? Can he get the big man here? And he's just stopped in his run up here. Just Karandeep. Just Karandeep. He is a part of the Deccan Chargers campaign when Deccan Chargers won the IPL. I think the second edition of the IPL under the captaincy of, if I'm not wrong, that's Adam Gilchrist there. So he was a part of the Indian domestic circuit, and then he was a part of the Deccan Chargers campaign there. But now here he is playing in for Canada, and he's not had a good season this time. And let's see if he can do some wonders in this innings here. Here is just Karandeep seeing a little bit short outside the off stump, and he taps it away towards the cover regions, and that'll be a dot ball there. A single run there. Beg your pardon there. There you go. The number of sixes these guys have it. Both of them have more than 100 T20 international six. Extremely powerful down the ground and extremely powerful square of the wicket. These guys will, if you bowl in their arc, they will smash you out of the park there. And that is the, especially Finn Allen. Every 2 or 3 balls, he has his boundary to ball ratio is somewhere around 2.3. Every 2.3 balls, he hits a 6 there or a 4 there. So that's the kind of batter he is. Powerful. And this time, a good length delivery climbing onto the batter. He taps it just wide off, just Karandeep Singh, and the ball rolling away to the mid-off fielder there. And Finn Allen, sensing that there was a single on offer, quickly scampering for a single there. And after the end of the first over, an expensive over, 14 runs, and New Zealand are well within this chase as they start the innings on a high note. 14 for no loss after 1 over here. Earlier, Canada opting into bat, scoring that 173 runs courtesy Yuvraj Samra. He waged the lone battle along with the other batters playing around him. He managed to get his wonderful 100. And what a knock, what an absolute knock. The kind of shots he played, the kind of drives he played, completely composed this time. The couple of occasions he probably didn't have the temperament. Probably he tried to hit the ball too hard and probably tried to take the game on very early into the innings. And this time he waited, he was patient. He knew he had to bat for quite a long time, and he this time put a value on his wicket. The previous games he just wanted to go bang right from the word go, but this time he wanted to stay out in the middle. He valued his wicket. He did not want to throw his wicket away. He threw away the last 2 times. So definitely these kind of tournaments doing the world of good, because these kind of opportunities and exposure perfect you as a batter, improve you as a character, and definitely improves your mindset, because we saw how Yuvraj Samra has developed in this game compared to the previous games. He took his time, played the shots, waited in the middle, looked for the bad balls, and tapped the good balls into the gaps, ran those quick singles and the doubles, and then took on the bad balls, and then counterattacked the bowlers when he wanted to play those big shots, and wonderfully got those 100, a well-deserved 100 here. This time, Hale Iger into the attack, and the ball flies off the bottom edge, I guess, and it's rolling away towards the boundary there in the third man region there. This time, Hale Iger bowls it into the pads, into the arc of the hitting zone of Finn Allen, and he would not miss out on that. Just like I said, he's a powerful unit. He smashed it, literally smashed it off the middle of the bat. Sweet spot, and he's hit it, flicked it, beg your pardon, and the ball sailing high, deep into the stands there. A big 6 there for the big fellow here, Finn Allen. What a shot. He's definitely taken the game by the next level. He's smashed it. He has now reached 1,500 runs in T20 international circuit here. A big 6 there coming off the blade of Finn Allen. This time, wonderful ball. That's the kind of length you want to bowl. Good length delivery, angling into the batter, and all he could do was tap it away towards the mid-on region and crossover for a quick single. 1,500 runs coming in for Finn Allen in his 57th innings in the T20 international circuit. There you go. He scored 200s and 750s, but the strike rate 167 plus. Let's have a look at the distance of the 674-meter six, but that looked a venomous shot. It was on the pads and is flicked it with the authority, complete authority, and the ball sailing away. This time, Tim Seifert, it was a fuller length delivery, driving length. He moves across to the leg stump and drives it straight past towards the bowler, and the bowler managing to get his boot along the way. If not, that would have been four. That was four written all over, and he's managed to get his bat behind his foot behind it to stop the boundary there. That'll just be a dot ball there. Once again, this time banks it in a little bit short outside the off stump. He tried to pull it through the off, past the mid-off fielder there, but he's only managed to hit it straight towards Bajwa there, stationed at mid-off, and that'll be a dot ball here. Good comeback there by Haylager after being hit for boundaries in the first two balls, and he will be hoping to get a breakthrough for Canada. Early wickets the key here, otherwise these two batters will take the game away within a matter of 2 to 3 overs. That's the kind of power and that the kind of authority these two carry out there. This time he goes in the air, over the infield, the ball going in through the cover region, doesn't get good timing on that, doesn't get good power on that, and the fielder there, poor fielding there once again there. The ball was rolling towards the boundary and he's tried to pull it off, but unfortunately he doesn't get any contact on the ball there. He tried to flick the ball into the field of play. In the first attempt, he doesn't manage to get any hand on the ball there, and the ball eventually rolling away towards the boundary. The bowler will not be happy. The captain is definitely not happy. Poor fielding there, lapse in concentration, probably took his eyes off the ball, wanted to stop the ball, but took his eyes off the ball, and that'll be 4 runs there for Seifert there. 29 runs after 2 overs. New Zealand have got a good start here. 174 the target, and they've already put on 29 runs on the board the first 2 overs. If they keep continuing in this manner, these two will take the game away from you within a matter of no time. Early wickets the key, and even the last game we saw, these two like the pace on offer, and probably what the team needs to do is just bring in spin or take the ball away from their hitting arcs, or a left arm spinner who can take the ball away from them, especially given these two are right-handers, and someone who can take the ball away from them and bowl in the right lengths and bring those variations. Let's see what Bajwa has an offer and what his mindset would be telling him to do, especially with these two going at such a high run rate here. So rightly, as I said, Saad bin Zafar has been brought into the attack. The left arm spinner, this time wonderfully ball darting in towards the legs on the pads of the batter there. Hits the pads, and the ball rolls away towards the deep short fine leg fielder there. That will be just 1 run on offer. This afternoon we will be having one of the greatest games here. Ireland taking on Zimbabwe, and no other than the Aussies will be watching it keenly from close quarters. They would be hoping that Zimbabwe lose this game. They will be also hoping that Sri Lanka defeat Zimbabwe in the next game, because only if Zimbabwe loses 2 games, and only if Ireland manage to win their game by a lower margin, only then and only if they go on to win against Oman by a high run rate, that is the only kind of permutation and combination that would allow Australia to move to the next phase. Otherwise, they are almost out of this tournament here. This time tries to go for the reverse scoop and reverse sweep, and is bowled it in quick towards the leg stump, and all he can do is drag it towards the cover field there. That'll just be a dot ball there. The current run rate is at 12, and the required run rate is just 8.23 for the Kiwis here. We are rooting in for the Kiwis and the Black Caps today once again, and this time, as I told you, tries to go over the head of the mid-off fielder there, and Saad bin Zafar, a full length delivery, and Tim Seifert has been hauled out in the mid-off region. Rightfully said, this is the kind of bowling you need to bring in, especially when these kind of batters who try to go hard from the start. Bring in a left arm spinner, take the ball away from them or take the ball into them, don't give them extra pace on the ball, and rightfully he's been hauled out in the mid-off region there, caught by just Karandeep Singh, I guess. I'm not sure who's the fielder, but as I predicted, that is the way to go. That is the kind of strategy you need to bring in, which Bajwa did not bring in the previous games, especially against the other teams, and also the other teams who played against Kiwis there. They did not use this kind of strategy, and wonderfully used here. And Seifert has to take the long walk back towards the pavilion. And first breakthrough here for Canada. They will start to believe that one wicket can bring through, and they can put pressure on the new batter there. 30 for 1 after 2.4, and Tim Seifert has been dismissed, and he will have to go back for 6 runs of 10 balls here, as Rachin Ravindra walks in at number 3 for New Zealand. Rachin Ravindra, he's not been amongst the runs, especially in this campaign. He will be keen to get some runs on the board towards his name. He will be keen to play a long innings and get some time out there in the middle in this campaign. He will be keen to prove a word or two to the team here and the management here. And here is walking in at number 3. No wonder he has all the potential in the world, but it's just been struggling to get some runs to his name here in this campaign. Rachin Ravindra, the first blow for the Kiwis here. Tim Seifert being caught in mid off the bowling of Saad bin Zafar here. This time wonderfully bowled there, good channel there. Just a good length spot and going away from the batter, and he is just driven it towards the mid-off fielder there. That will be a dot ball. This time the ball a little bit short. He goes in for the cut shot there, and the ball just rising on him, and that will be a dot ball there. Good over there for Saad bin Zafar there, a maiden wicket over there, and that will be the end of the three overs. 30 for 1, rightly as we saw. Bring in a left arm spinner when these kinds of batters go big, especially when they utilize the pace on offer and take the pace away from them, and probably it will also play on their ego and also on their kind of batters they are, that they would want to take on the infield, given that it's a power play. They would want to take the attack onto the bowler, and that kind of trap you would try to make them play through the line and produce that false shots. And there you saw Seifert playing that false shot and him being holed out in the mid-off region there. So 30 for 1 after 3, and a maiden wicket over for Seifert, I guess. Beg your pardon, there's just 1 run off the over, a leg by there. This time the ball is in the air. Has it been taken? And Hayliger has bowled it, and it's gone off, flying off the outside edge, and the fielder there coming in from the cover region has put in a dive. The ball was dying onto him, and he's managed to pluck the catch from the ground, I guess just before the ground, but this will be sent upstairs. Finn Allen is not convinced, so are the umpires. They're not sure if the catch has been taken cleanly, because the ball was dying on him and he was running in from the cover region there, and the ball was dipping as it flew off the outside edge, and he is claiming to have taken the catch here, but this will be sent upstairs here. This could be a good breakthrough here. Finn Allen, the danger man, he's the danger man, and also 2 Kiwi batters, and there's the confirmation out there in the middle. He's taken the catch cleanly there. The ball was banged in a little bit short, and Finn Allen tried to tuck it away towards the legs towards the mid-wicket region. He was a little bit late on the shot, and the ball was flying in the air, and the fielder putting in a full stretch dive while the ball was dipping on him, and the catch been taken, and Finn Allen will have to depart. Caught by Shivam Sharma, bowled Hayliger, dismissed for 21 of 8 balls. What a turnaround for Canada here. They picked up both the openers back in the dugout here. Kiwis in some trouble now. 30 for 2 here after 3.1. The ball was a little bit on the shorter side, and he tried to flick it towards the mid-wicket a little bit early into the shot, only managing to get the edge, and the ball flying in the air towards the cover region, and him putting in the dive. The fielder 100% commitment there, and he's completed the catch cleanly, as the third umpires have now given a signal that this is out, and he's walked away, and both the batters into the pavilion, both the openers there into the pavilion within quick succession there, and 30 for 2 after 3.1 overs, which will bring in Glenn Phillips at number 4 for New Zealand, and he's tapped it just in front of the cover region there, and is off the mark there. Glenn Phillips, a good run to get off the mark there. Glenn Phillips, he's been in some great form, especially in the Indian subcontinent. In the tour against India, he's been amongst the ranks along with Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell is an all story altogether. Whenever he comes to India, whenever he walks onto this kind of Indian subcontinent, he's been always amongst the runs. He's been scoring those big runs. He's been on the top of the leaderboards of this course here. And this time it was wonderful to see Glenn Phillips, who was promoted at number 4 in the New Zealand Tour of India. He's managed to hold on to the position with authority, with those wonderful knocks, with those wonderful innings, with those kind of partnerships is built in the middle and given New Zealand those kind of score lines there. So here is Helager bowling outside the off stump. Rachin Ravindra trying it to drive it through the cover. Saad bin Zafar fielding it well there in the cover point region, and that will be a dot ball there. To all the listeners who are listening to Sports Beyond Cancer, I hope you're enjoying the show, and I hope to all those people who want to know my journey about having those 5 cancers at the age of 33, and also me being sidelined, bedridden for the past 2.5 years with my 5th cancer, please log on to the my Insta ID, which is on the top left, that is Saurabh_Sterito. There you will get the clear picture of my stories, and there you can connect with me, and we can build a community. And also you can we can also have a discussion if anyone, or you can let anyone know about if they are keen to if they are also going through the same hardships or same patch of life which I have been facing. I would be always keen to hear to them, provide some inputs to them, or provide some words to them, or also happy to listen to them, because I leaned on to many people during my crisis, and happy to help anyone out there. This time the ball angling outside the off stump and going away from the batter there. He taps it away towards the point region, and Rachin Ravindra is off the mark as the batters scamper for a quick single there. There you go, Yuvraj Singh and Yuvraj Samra. Similarities being drawn out there in the middle. He's batted beautifully, similar to Yuvraj Singh. He looks like this. He is of the same stature, the same height, and he has that big swing coming off the bat, coming in from a high point there. The swing coming in from a high point, and that's the reason the broadcasters are comparing him with Yuvraj Singh. They have similar names, Yuvraj and Yuvraj Singh and Yuvraj Samra, and similar to the names, he's been he's been playing similar to kind of the, probably he could be his idol, and he's shown it wonderfully, especially the bat coming in with a big back lift from the very higher end, and a swift hands, and the kind of flicks he's played extremely similar to the kind of Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh, an absolute legend here, and Yuvraj Samra this game has shown he has the potential to become the next Yuvraj Singh if he goes on to continue to play like this. Wonderful stuff. 110 on board for Yuvraj Samra this game. This time wonderful ball, good length, angling into the batter, and Rachin Ravindra happy to drive it towards the mid-on fielder there, and that will be a single there. After the end of the 4th over, 34 for 2. How much can the New Zealand get in the power play, or will the Canada be able to pull back, get one more breakthrough, get one more wicket, and put the pressure back onto the Black Caps camp here? This time a little bit short outside the off stump, and he's only managed to cut it away towards the cover fielder there. That will be a dot ball. Dilpreet Bajwa, the Canadian skipper, has brought himself into the attack here, and he's bowled a free no ball off the first ball. Absolutely disaster. Being an off spinner, you can't step in front of the popping crease, overstep the popping crease there. This time he smashed it, driven it towards the mid-off fielder there, misfield there. He put in the dive, but unable to get stop the ball. The batters will come back for 2 runs there. This time outside the off stump, and he swept it, and there's production out in the deep, swept it all along the ground, and that'll just be 1 run for Rachin Ravindra, as the fielder's been stationed there in the back deep mid wicket region there. And Rachin Ravindra, he loves the sweep shot. He's extremely strong with the sweep shot. Whenever the ball is angled into the pads, he's definitely going down on the knee. And he is wonderful with the sweep shot, wonderful with the slog sheep. And he's good with the front foot, especially with the paces there. So he's a wonderful young prospect for the Kiwis here. And here is Bajwa running into bowl to Glenn Phillips, wide outside the off stump. That's poor bowling there, but good fielding out there in the short fine leg region there. The ball was going away from him, put the dive, and he's managed to stop it. That will be 1 run plus wide there. This time tossed up in the air, a lot of flight, and Rachin Ravindra goes over the top, over the infield, and the ball going towards the deep cover region there, wide off, long off region there, and the ball going into the boundary for us there. Flighted delivery, and Rachin Ravindra going down on one knee, going a little bit low, and then he's opened the face of the bat, trying to go inside out, and he's hit it with authority there. 4 runs there, and that will do a world of good for Rachin Ravindra, who's not been amongst the runs in this series here. He will be looking to continue this form. The kind of touch is carried in this particular shot here. This time a little bit short. He tries to cut it through the offside and has only managed to hit it towards the point region there. That will be a dot ball there. This time once again a boundary there for Rachin Ravindra there. The captain will definitely not be impressed here. He tries to sweep the ball going towards the going past the mid-on region there. He put in the dive, but the ball was hit with such venomous force. The ball going past him and into the boundary. This time, a quicker one darted into the pads, angling into the batter there, and he's tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there, and that will be just 1 run. So poor over here coming in from Bajwa here. 1 over, none for 15. He's been struggling throughout the game. He struggled with the bat, especially when the other batter, Yuvraj, was going on with such a good strike rate. He was always batting under a runner ball and even got out 36 of 39, less than runner ball. And now he is coming in into bowl and he's bowled a couple of looseness and giving away 15 runs out of nowhere and releasing the pressure which the other bowlers had managed to get hold on by picking those 2 wickets. And he's given away 15 runs of his first over here. So after the end of 5 overs, 50 for 2, and that will be the last over before, and this will be the last over before the end of the power play and the drinks break too. 1 last over. Can the Canadian boys out there get 1 more wicket here and put the pressure back on the New Zealand camp here? 50 for 2 here. Can they get either one of them between the Phillips or the Rachin Ravindra here? Here is Jaskarandeep running in to bowl to Rachin Ravindra. Poor start, straying down the leg. Unlucky there for him. Rachin Ravindra tries to flick it past the fielder there, but unfortunately only managing to hit it towards the deep short fine leg fielder there. That will be a dot ball there. Jaskarandeep running in, banks it in shot. A lot of width on offer there, and he's cut it with venomous conviction there. The ball sailing over the backward point, deep backward point fielder there into the stands there. 6 runs there. And he's used the pace to his advantage here. The ball was banged in short, the ball was banged in quick, and the ball was climbing on the batter there. He jumps on his toes, and Rachin Ravindra, he slashes and cuts the ball, and a 64-meter 6 there. What a wonderful shot. He has swift whiffs there. Quick hands there. Rachin Ravindra swiftly cutting the ball, and the ball flying over the deep backward point fielder there into the stands. 6 runs there. Wonderful shot there. by Rachin Ravindra. This time he's gone to go bowl from around the wicket. Change of angles, a slower ball as a ball dipping in into the popping crease, into the batting crease there, and he's tucked it away towards the shot point, towards the point fielder there. That'll just be one run for Rachin Ravindra and New Zealand. They managed to pick two early wickets here, the Canadian contingent, but can they get one more here? Three more balls before the end of the power play. Can they get one more? Can they dig deep into the New Zealand middle order and the lower middle order? Can they give them a chance to win this game? And Captain Bajwa there pulling up the spirits of the team members here, trying to pull the team together here. They need one moment of brilliance here, just like Nisanka pulled off that one moment of brilliance last night. That one moment of brilliance by Nisanka turned the game in their tide. The energy was back in the Sri Lankan camp. He dropped Maxwell. The energies were low. All of them were venting out their frustration at Nisanka for dropping that catch, and then he pulls that stunner from thin air at the point region, the reverse sweep from Maxwell. And as soon as he pulled that almost impossible catch, the energies bounced off one another, and then everyone bowled well. They even ended up in bundling out Australia. Tikshana putting in the dive catch and coming back and bowling that 19th over for 2 runs, and the energy bounced off from one person to one other person, and the aura was just uplifted. So that is the reason, like, Canada will also be requiring at that one moment of brilliance there that could bring that energy back in the camp, and the captain Bajwa trying to uplift the spirits here, because they knew how crucial can be one more wicket at this stage, because that will put them well within this game here. 5.5 overs, 60 for 2. One last ball before the end of the power play, and one last ball before we go to have the players will be going out to have the drinks. The players will be out opting or going for the drinks break there. So let's see, can who can be on the upper hand here? Can they get wicket here, because that will definitely put Canada on the upper hand at the end of the power play here. 5.5 overs, 60 for 2. Just Karandeep, he's been expensive like he has been throughout this tournament. He is always bowling those short pitch deliveries, a lot of width on offer, but can he make amends here this time? Good ball there. He rolls the finger here, and the ball's been tapped towards mid-off region, and Rachin Ravindra wanted the single there. He was halfway through, but Glenn Phillips was never interested. He sends him back, but no damage done out there, and some confusion out there between the Kiwi batters there. 60 for 2 after 6 overs, 114 runs required of 84 balls, and that will be drinks break at the MA Chidambaram Stadium here in Chennai. To all the new viewers who are joining at Sports Beyond Cancer, welcome to Sports Beyond Cancer. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy, a former journalist who's been covering sports in India and New Zealand, 4 years in India, and then about 3.5 to 4 years in New Zealand. But unfortunately, cancer struck me for the 5th time, and I had to be back here and bedridden for 2.5 years. And now that I've entered remission, which is an extremely good news, I have actually continued my passion here, trying to continue my passion as I go through this remission phase. So this is something new that I've started, a YouTube channel. I'm trying to do my best here. So on the learning curve and learning something every single day, and will probably look to continue this on a long-term basis, because I received some support from you guys in terms of the viewership and the subscribers. And once we cross 500, we'll probably invest in some tech and gear and better tools, because I'm extremely new to this. Probably I need to learn how to do it in a better manner, probably the hashtags, the titles, and all those stuff. So definitely every single subscription will help me fight against this battle against cancer for the 5th time. Probably will also help me get in some funds to look after myself and the treatment costs as soon as we cross the 500, so that we can engage in some super chats and those kind of stuffs. And definitely keen to get to the 1,000 mark and also get in through those YouTube ads and stuff. So definitely it's a long journey, but with all your support, it makes me believe in this journey. But most importantly, I get to follow my passion and also connect to the global audience there. So thank you for all the support, and please hit those subscribe button, and also ensure you share with your friends and family, so that we get the numbers cranked up. And it definitely helps my cause, definitely helps my fight, and definitely helps my passion to promote sports in the community. So with that said, 60 for 2 after 6 overs, the drinks break out there in the middle there, 2 wickets down, and we'll have to look at how the second phase, the middle phase, goes on, and who will have the upper hand there. So 60 for 2 after 6 overs, and Saad bin Zafar, he's been brought on to the attack. He's bowled, just given a one leg by in that over and picked up a wicket of Tim Seifert there. 0 for 1 there for Saad bin Zafar, and he's into his second over here. He's bowled wonderfully to get rid of Seifert, and here is Glenn Phillips all set to face him. And with now the field being spread, there will be a lot of gaps on offer, and they'll be keen to rotate the strike and get some momentum going and build that partnership out there. Here is Zafar this time angling the ball into the pads, and Glenn Phillips happy to drive towards the deep mid-wicket region there. That'll be just one run there. 61 for 2, 6.1 overs, 113 required from 83 balls. That's the scenario out there in the middle for the Canada and the New Zealand counterparts who are battling out there in the hot sun this afternoon in the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. Here, Zafar running into bowl to Rachin Ravindra. Tossed up delivery, almost a Yorker length delivery outside the off stump. He's managed to squeeze it towards the point region there. That'll just be a one run there. This time he's straying down the leg. The ball was flighted, but straying down the leg. They lapse in concentration, and that'll be a dot ball there. Once again outside the leg stump, and he's been smashed. Poor bowling there this time here. He's tossed the ball outside the leg stump, and Glenn Phillips goes down his leg. Phillips goes down on one knee, and he's managed to drive it, sweep it towards the deep fine leg region there. 4 runs there. Once again, Glenn Phillips smashing it to the boundary there. He's bowling poorly in this over here. And he is taking the charge on to the bowlers here. It was a little bit short, and he cuts it through the cover region there. No chance there for any fielder there. No fielder moved out there, and that'll be a boundary there. Poor bowling here for Zafar. He bowled so wonderful in the first over, but it's not bowling in the right lengths in this over here. Once again, straying along the legs, and this time Glenn Phillips happy to guide it towards the short fine leg fielder there. $73 for 2 after 7 overs. They require 101 more runs from 78 balls. That's the scenario, and we are in this. We'll be having a high octane game here this afternoon at 3 p.m. here. Coming in live from Palakkale, Zimbabwe versus Ireland. A win for Zimbabwe would mean curtains to Australia. They would be eliminated from the tournament in the group stage, and that too with Australia still having a game in hand. That would be a big cricketing news story. The mighty Australians, the wild world champions who dominated world cricket, eliminated from the group stage with still one game in hand towards the name. That will be a big news there. But if Ireland go on to win, that will be Australia will still have to cling on to their hopes, because they will have to defeat Oman with a extremely high run rate, but they will also have to ensure that Sri Lanka beats Zimbabwe in the Zimbabwe's next game, but they will also need to ensure that Ireland needs to win by a lesser margin against Zimbabwe, because even then Ireland will also be, all the 3 teams will be caught up on 4 points. That's a lot of permutation and combination, so we never know. This is an extremely dire situation for Australia, and they will be only hoping for the all the miracles to turn their way. They would be praying for all the permutations and combinations to turn their way. This time, full toss missed out there from Phillips. He only managed to drive it towards the cover region there. Bajwa has brought himself. This time, he's flighted the ball. A lot of flight there. Poor ball in the hitting arc of Glenn Phillips. He wouldn't miss out on that. He smashed it straight over the long off fielder there. 6 runs there for Glenn Phillips and New Zealand. He's batting wonderfully out there in the middle. A poor ball tossed up in the air in the hitting arc of Glenn Phillips. That's an easy shot for him. He can do it day in and day out. 82 meter 6 there, coming in from the middle of the bat there. 6 runs there for Glenn Phillips and New Zealand, and the New Zealand camp is happy out there. This time a quicker one, fuller length delivery outside the off stump, and he's managed to tuck it away. He's managed to tap it towards the cover fielder there, who's coming in from the edge of the circle there. That'll be an easy 1 run there for the batters. Bajwa has been bowling poor lengths there, poor lines. He struggled with the bat and is now struggling with the ball there. This time the ball angling into the batter there, and Rachin Ravindra tucks it away towards the wide of the long on fielder there. They have all the time in the world to come back for the second run there. Sensible batting there by Rachin Ravindra, realizing we got the boundary off the over, and he's playing sensibly by rotating the strike and picking those gaps and running in for the quick doubles there. Here is Bajwa angling into the batter there. Once again, he's tucked it away towards the deep mid-wicket region, but this time a little bit straighter, and batters have the time only to come back for 1 run there. With that 1 run coming in, New Zealand are 84 for 2 after the end of 8th over here. And to all the new listeners who logged on to Sports Beyond Cancer, this is Saurav Vittalmurthy, a former journalist, and now continuing my passion for sports journalism as I enter the remission during my 5th cancer year. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and please don't forget to share with your family and friends, and please don't forget to hit the like button. I'm eagerly waiting in the comment box there to have a chat with you guys. Please let me know which city are you watching this stream from, and also let me know which team are you supporting today, and are you excited for the Zimbabwe-Australia game? What are your Zimbabwe-Ireland game? What are your thoughts on Australia's performance in this tournament so far, especially the game against Zimbabwe and the game yesterday against Sri Lanka there? So here is 89 required from 71 balls, and the required run rate is I think 7.52 now, as Ansh Patel, he's bowled beautifully, Ansh Patel, but this time flighted outside the off stump, and Glenn Phillips will not miss out on this kind of line and lengths there. He's gone straight, and he's gone with conviction straight towards the side screen, and that will be 6 runs there. Ansh Patel, he's bowled brilliantly in this tournament so far. He's a Chinaman, and he's bowled brilliantly in this tournament so far, but this time a poor line and length to bowl to Glenn Phillips, and he's punished him, hitting it straight through the line, straight over the bowler's head into the side screen. 6 runs there. This time he's bowled it beautifully. This is the kind of delivery. He's lured Glenn Phillips into the shot. He goes in for the drive, and the ball turning away from the batter there, and he's beaten there completely. And Ansh Patel, that's the kind of line. Great comeback there from Ansh Patel. That's the kind of line you want to bowl. The ball just driving Glenn Phillips to play that shot. He was almost out of his crease there. The keeper failing to collect the ball. That would have been an interesting to see if he had collected the ball and whipped the bails off there. This time he banks in a little bit short. He pulls it away towards the deep mid-wicket region there. That'll just be 1 run there. 92 for 2 after 8.5. Thank you, Kane Hiddleston 980. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for your message. You're watching the game from Auckland. That makes me wonderful to hear that you're watching the game all the way from the New Zealand there. I hope the weather's been good there. I hope you're enjoying the cricket there. I hope you're enjoying with your friends and family there. Definitely, wonderful stuff to hear from a fellow New Zealander there. Completely loved my stay during New Zealand. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue there because a lot of my belongings are still stuck there back in Dunedin because I came here for a 1 month break, and unfortunately, I had to face my fifth cancer, and I couldn't return back to New Zealand with all my things still stuck back there in Dunedin. Dunedin has always been my home. I call it my second home. Wonderful, lovely people, the Kiwis, and definitely would always want to come back there, but let's see how I get through this fight, how I complete this fight, and if God forbids, and probably I'll come back to the land of Kiwis there. Completely enjoyed my stay there, covering the rugbies, covering the footballs, covering the cricket, and being a part of the Otago Wolves. I was a part of the Otago Wolves campaign there, working with Craig coming there, and with the likes of all the players out there. Wonderful cricketing sporting environment, New Zealand. Lovely to hear from you. Lovely to hear that you're watching the stream from Auckland there. Thank you, Kane Hiddleston, for that wonderful message. Wonderful bunch of people Kiwis are, and definitely enjoyed my stay there. Probably would have loved to stay longer there, but cancer had its way, and definitely we'll see how I can come back and get my things back there. It's completely stuck there, including my professional camera, my gears, my sports journalistic tools, and everything is stuck back there. And I completely enjoyed my time covering the Tokyo Olympics there from Timaru for the Timaru Herald there. Completely enjoyed my time. Glad to hear from you. I hope you're enjoying this contest. I'm also happy that you're enjoying. You must be happy how the New Zealanders have been shaping up in this tournament. A one-off affair against South Africa, because the South Africans were masterclass. Absolutely, Aiden Markram there. He completely played wonderfully. Despite being a Kiwi, I'm sure you would acknowledge the kind of innings he played, and due credit to Aiden Markram for the kind of cricket he played the other day. So after 9 overs, 93 for 2, here is Shivam Sharma into the attack. This time straying down the leg, he goes for the sweep shot, and he's only managed to hit it towards the short fine leg fielder there. That is a missed out opportunity by Rachin Ravindra. He would have fancied going past the fielder there. That was a poor delivery to start off. A loosener from Shivam Sharma, and that will be 1 run for Rachin Ravindra there. 80 runs coming from 65 balls. That's the scenario out there. And after 9.1 overs, they require 80 runs. After 94 for 2. Here is Shivam Sharma flighting it, and the ball turning into the batter. Not the kind of length you would like to bowl to Glenn Phillips. He's gone across, and he swept it. He's gone for the big shot, and the ball sailing into the deep mid-wicket stands. And the ball sailing deep into the stands here at the MA Chidambaram Stadium here. What a wonderful shot here. Beautiful shot here. What a wonderful shot here. Wonderful shot here. A great shot, and he brings up the 6. 89 meter 6 there for Glenn Phillips here. He's raced on to 35 of 16. He's batting over a strike rate of 200 here. He's taking the game away from Canada here, and that brings up the 100 for New Zealand after 9.2 overs. New Zealand 100 for 2 here. This time he banks it in a little bit short outside the off stump, way outside the wide guideline. That will be a wide ball, and the umpire will have to flex his arms out there. This time, once again, shot off the bottom edge. Unlucky for the bowler there. The ball is running past the short third man fielder there. Saad bin Safar just, Ansh Patel cutting the ball just before the boundary. And the batters will scamper back for 3 runs there. Unlucky for the bowler, but good fielding out there. Ansh Patel putting his body behind the line, tracing back the ball, and he's managed to save 1 run for Canada here. So thank you, Kane Hiddleston, for your comment there. Brother, love you. Definitely. Thank you for all the love, all the way from our clan. Definitely been a Kiwi all through my life. I mean, enjoyed being a part of the New Zealand cricket circuit there, and being a part of the cricket setup there. Worked with the Otago Boys High School. I was a intern there, working as I did my Masters in Sports Development and Management at the Otago University in Dunedin, and I also worked as a part-time intern there as a assistant sports manager, assistant sports development manager in the Otago Boys High School, and I've been with a lot of kids, a lot of youngsters there, working across the different sporting verticals there. And Carl Jacob 8358 this time banged in shot outside the off stump. He's only managed to get an under edge, and that'll be a dot ball there. And how did you come to love cricket or sports in general? Carl Jacob, have been being in India. Cricket is extremely common thing. Every nook and corner of the streets, you can find kids there playing bat and ball, bat and cricket. Cricket is a completely into our ecosystem. I mean, you can see kids as early as the age of 4 and 5 playing cricket on the streets, on the grounds, every single way. So, and keenly following cricket since a very early young age. Not just cricket, also was introduced to Manchester United and the likes of English Premier League from a very early age. So always was glued to cricket and got an interest to follow the athletics. Would have a ground nearby, so used to follow athletics in general. So was always involved in the sport and the sporting ecosystems. But the problem was we did not have sports accessibility as the kids there have back there in New Zealand, because there you see the schools offering a lot of sporting verticals right from the very young age. Here we don't have swimming. We did not have, at those times we did not have swimming pools. We had swimming pools very far, and there were no transport available to go there, because the parents would be busy with work and stuff. And definitely, even if you could go there, the prices there was extremely expensive, because those were considered as luxury sports. This time flighted, and once again Glenn Phillips going straight towards the side screen. That is a six here. He's got a wonderful shot here. What a wonderful shot here by Glenn Phillips. He's batting beautifully out there in the middle. It was a flighted delivery in the hitting arc. He moves across and he smashed it straight. Didn't try to hit it too hard. He just timed it to perfection. 80-meter six there. He is batting his heart out there for the Kiwis out there in the middle against Canada here. So as I said, that's the reason I got introduced. That's the reason how we got introduced to sport. But we did not have accessibility back those in early days, because those days education was considered primary and sports was always considered secondary. But slowly things now changing lately. And then that's the reason I got introduced, found my love towards sports journalism, to promoting sports through my communication skills and those stuffs. And that's the reason I studied everything in regards to that, be it my journalism, be it my sports management, and worked here for a few years covering the IPLs and other stuff. Then was lucky to get a scholarship to come back to Otago University and continue my passion for sports journalism, this time into the management sphere, as I got an opportunity to consider to do a master's in sports development and management at the University of Otago. So that's how I went to the New Zealand and got associated with New Zealand. And since the time I landed in Dunedin, I mean, that's the kind of city I like to live in. Absolutely beautiful. Every single corner of Dunedin, be it the Queenstown, absolutely beautiful. And just started loving how the sporting ecosystem was set up there. This time banks it in short, poor ball once again, not the line you want to bowl to Glenn Phillips. He's punished it, he's smashed it once again into the deep mid-wicket stands, and that'll be the 50 for Glenn Phillips. A 22 balls 50 here for Glenn Phillips here. Wonderful knock under pressure, especially when 2 wickets had fallen. He came out in the middle and he smashed it. He's played a wonderful knock. The partnership now above 80, and Glenn Phillips scoring the bulk of the runs. He's raced to his 50 of 22 balls. A wonderful knock from the man from Otago. He's taking the game away from Canada. So that's how I got introduced to sports and sports journalism, and then coming to Otago, studied my masters in sports development and management, and simultaneously I worked with the Otago Wolves there, with Craig coming out there, the former New Zealand cricketer there, and also worked with him in the Otago Boys High School, grooming the boys in multiple sporting verticals. And that's the reason I got introduced to rugby and the likes of rowing, which is extremely popular in New Zealand, and definitely loved to learn about those new sports, and extremely wonderful game rugby. I mean, when I was in India, I never understood rugby, but after going there and learning that, I even managed to cover many rugby games as a journalist, because I went on to work as a sports journalist there, and covered a lot of games, and covered even the Tokyo Olympics. Extremely lucky to cover the Tokyo Olympics, and also covered the events of Emma Dyke, who won silver in the rowing. And also Emma Dyke opened up to me on the call, where she spoke about the mental health issue, and she said that she was planning to take a break, but she was not comfortable, because whenever people talk about taking a break, especially the athletes, the society starts to look at them that they are weak. How can they be, because they are athletes? But that is when the mental health and sports in New Zealand was getting some limelight, and I made an article, and she was happy to put out that article, and I had a personal interview with her, and that's when that article became one of the top stories in the New Zealand country, and definitely brought in a lot of value to me, as for my name as a sports journalist there. But unfortunately, cancer struck me for the 5th time there, and that is the reason I came back here and stuck here for 2.5 years. I was bedridden, but now I'm back into continue my passion for sports, which I have shaped all through my life and career. And Now I have started something on YouTube because I wanted to continue my passion for sports, keep going on despite the battles with cancer. So because I went to remission, this gives me the time to start something with YouTube. Pretty new to be honest, pretty new to YouTube and all the streaming platforms, but definitely a learning on the go, and definitely will definitely improve, especially with all those tools here. All those tools definitely need to learn. Definitely will have to improvise. Definitely, as you asked, not just sports, not just cricket. Definitely will be covering other sports. Cricket is just the start because the World Cup is going on. Definitely would love to cover the other leagues. Definitely, if I get in the support to cover the rugby's, if you guys are gonna keen to watch about the rugby's, the footballs, and the basketballs, as well as the tennis, extremely passionate to cover because I'm a sports journalist, always wanting to promote sports in the positive direction, to build the community development, and that's the reason. Probably that's the reason that kept me alive during those 5 battles with cancer, because my hope to continue my passion for sports and to promote sports kept me alive. And there you go. That's been my story so far. Thank you, Carl Jacob, for this wonderful, wonderful interaction. I hope you had a wonderful time hearing my story here. So here is Carl Hager running in, and the ball's been angled into the batter, and Phillips is happy to tap it towards the long on region. That'll be a 1 run there. There you go, Kane Hiddleston, 980 up the Warriors. Thank you, Hiddleston, for your wonderful message here. A wonderful, wonderful any time to always interact with a fellow Kiwi, someone from New Zealand. Wonderful, wonderful. I still carry this very close to my heart. There you go. That's the kiwi bird. So definitely a token that I fortunately brought it along with my bag. I left all my other stuff there in Dunedin. It's lying there idle in Dunedin from the past 2.5 years because I didn't know when I could recover. I'm still not recovered, so I never know when I can get those bags with my visa. I know with expired with no work for the past 2.5 years because I was here in the hospitals and doing all the stuff. But still carry this kiwi extremely close to my heart. Long, long found love towards the Kiwis and the New Zealand. Especially the Dunedin and the South Island there, and also the North Island people too. And this time, Rachin Ravindra, full length delivery, and he's driven it straight, and that'll be a boundary. No chance there for the fielder in the long off region. The bowler is unhappy with the effort. He wanted him to put in the eye, but that'll be 4 runs. This time Banks in a little bit short there, and he's managed to pull it wide off the long on fielder there, and the batter's coming back for 2 runs there. 44 from 49. This partnership has definitely changed the momentum there. The required run rate is less than a run. The required runs is less than a run the ball, and the run rate is required run rate is 5.52 under 6 there. Here is Helago running in this time, trying to go keep the ball away from the arc of the batter. They're trying to go in wide, and he's only managed to put it wide over the too wide there off the wide guideline. Then that'll be a wide ball there. He'll have to go back and bowl it once again. 128.7 clicks here, and here is Rachin Ravindra. He's batted sensibly out there. This time banged in a little bit short. He pulls it away towards the deep mid wicket region, and that'll be a single there. He's batted sensibly out there. He is just rotating the strike, picking those gaps, and he's managed to score 39 of 30 balls. He's happy to play second fiddle to Glenn Phillips. I mean, anyone would be happy to play second fiddle to Glenn Phillips the way he's going. Rachin Ravindra is having a best seat in the house, watching the proceedings of Glenn Phillips from the other end, having the best seat in the house and having the best partner out there in the middle who's going to ease your pressure and let you have all the time in the world to settle and play the kind of knock to get back that touch which Rachin Ravindra has been lacking. And Rachin Ravindra would be extremely happy to do that because he's been in a little lack of exposure and time out there in the middle, and he would be happy to don that kind of role and play second fiddle to Glenn Phillips, as Glenn Phillips has been batting beautifully, 56 of 26 there, taking away all the pressure off from Rachin Ravindra, and that gives him that extra space to play the kind of knock he's been batting here, Rachin Ravindra here out there in MA Chidambaram Stadium today. He would be definitely well accustomed to the dimensions and the ground conditions here. Rachin Ravindra, he's been a part of this team here, Chennai Super Kings, out there in the MA Chidambaram Stadium for quite some years, for I think for 3 years. So definitely he would know the conditions here better than anyone else out there in the middle, apart from Mitchell Santner. I think Mitchell Santner spent about 8 or 9 years with the Chennai Super Kings and on this ground. So these two will definitely know the conditions here. 133 for 2 after 12.1 overs. Need 41 runs from 47 balls. That's the story out there. Saad bin Zafar has been thrown in the ball here. And can he bring in a wicket or through? Can he provide the breakthrough here? The partnership now more than 100, 102 of 53 balls. What a wonderful partnership these two have put out there. This time he tried to hit the ball straight, and I think it probably was a catch. I'm not sure if that was a catch here, but I think it's popped out, and that'll be a dot ball there. This time he goes for the reverse walk sweep, and he's managed to hit it with such power there. Reverse slog sweep into the deep mid-wicket region. There's 6 runs there for Glenn Phillips, and Saad bin Zafar has a smile on his face. He would not have seen any better in his cricketing career play shots like this. Only Glenn Phillips and Maxwell, and Glenn Phillips once again here going for the reverse slog sweep, and he's hit it with a power, conviction and authority into the stands. 6 runs there in the cover regions there, beg your pardon, in the cover regions there, because that was a reverse slog sweep into the cover region there. 76 meter 6 there. Wonderful shot there, and that'll be 2 runs more for Glenn Phillips, and he's racing away. He's batting beautifully. 64 of 29 there. Beg your pardon there. Did I just miss something there? Just need to look out at the replay here. Well. That was not a reverse sweep. That was a switch hit. Beg your pardon. That was a switch hit because he changed the grip on the bat. Extremely sorry for that. That was not a reverse hit. That was not a reverse sweep. That was a switch hit there. Switch it. He changed the grip on the handle and then managing to hit that shot here. This time, poor ball. Rachin Ravindra hitting it towards the deep mid-wicket region, deep into the stands. He finds a boundary 6 there. That's a 6 for Rachin Ravindra. An expensive over here for Saad bin Zafar here. He's been smashed here, and that'll be a 6 there. And 148 for 2 after 13 here. New Zealand picked up 16 runs off the previous over. And Saad bin Zafar 3 overs 1 for 29, and this partnership now 118 of 59. I still remember the first time we saw a switch hit in the cricketing sphere. I think it was Scott Styris bowling, the fellow Kiwi bowler Scott Styris bowling to Kevin Peterson, and Kevin Peterson changing the grip on the handle and hitting the reverse switch hit into the stands for 6 runs. I think he hit a couple of sixes in this innings against Scott Styris, and I think after the game New Zealanders were extremely not happy because they had to go and complain, I guess, because the switch hit was not something that the cricketing sphere had seen, because they were not sure if the batter was allowed to change the grip on the handle there. And there you go. Cricket has evolved so far there. A lot of players playing the switch hit here, and there you see one of your own New Zealand players now who is perfect at this kind of shots here. And Glenn Phillips is a prime example. He has all the shots in his armory. He has all the tricks up his sleeve, and there he's played that switch it with such conviction, jumping and turning towards the left and switching the grip on the handle. He smashed that wonderful in the previous over. Wonderful stuff there. Cricket has evolved over the years, especially the T20 format, bringing all the kind of tricks and all this kind of shots here. This time a full length delivery, a driving length delivery, and he smashed it through the ball, straight past the fielder, diving fielder there in the long off region there. 4 runs there for Glenn Phillips here. He is continuing the carnage. He is not getting the ball settle here. He wants to finish this early. He wants to go back for a quick shower and a quick meal. He wants to go back for the quick lunch there. He wants to finish the proceedings as early as possible. He's in a hurry out there. He is tearing the bowlers apart there. That's a wonderful four there. Just 22 required of 40 balls now. Here is Haliger straying down the leg this time. Glenn Phillips happy to leave the ball to the keeper there. That'll be a white ball. And the umpire flexing his arms. 21 required of, I think, 40 balls there. So that's a good. Thank you for your message, Kiki Shikagami. Awesome, bro. Thank you for your message there. Thank you for all the acknowledgement there. I hope you're enjoying this afternoon, and I hope you're having a good day from wherever you are with your family, friends, or your relatives, friends, cousins. I hope you're enjoying this game, and I hope you're definitely enjoying the Cricketing World Cup, the spectacle this tournament has been, co-hosted by India and Sri Lanka. Wonderful spectacle here. 154 for 2 after 13.3 as Glenn Phillips taps it towards the long on region, and the batters happy to cross over for a single here. To all the listeners who are listening to Sports Beyond Cancer, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Every single subscribe helps us to fight against this hope, against my fifth battle against cancer, and also to revive my passion for sports journalism. Because earlier, I think I used to only cater to a particular audience before, when I was working in New Zealand, only the New Zealand audience, and then when in India, to the Indian audience. But right here, probably this was probably the universe inner calling through this platform, which is extremely new to me. I'm probably catering to a global audience, probably talking to the people all around the globe here. So that makes me believe back in the universe and its ways, because I had completely lost faith in the universe, because 5 cancers at the age of 33 without no cause, that's extremely put me off in the belief against universe. And because of you guys, the motivation, the support you guys have shown in, and the kind of reception I've been receiving from you guys, the chats especially, it's making me believe, probably, is this what the universe wanted? Is this why the universe gave me 5 cancers? Because now through this platform, though I'm on the learning curve, I'm able to connect with a global audience here, right from the comfort of my home. Not from the comfort, because I used to be loud to be in the grounds there. Probably uh, some days in the future, some day ahead here, coming in the good days coming ahead. Let's see how things go. But nevertheless, I'm happy to connect with you guys, and YouTube has definitely been an eye opener for me. I'm learning, but extremely disappointed with the number of viewers here, because we see the other streamers who call it as watch alongs and live streaming, and they talk all the cringe content, and they also ridicule the players, especially when they underperform. But here we don't ridicule players, because we know how the hard work and the discipline they have put behind their life, sacrificing many things. And here we only promote sports in the positive direction, to empower sports, to empower people, to empower the community, using sports as a tool, to by using sports as a catalyst to motivate the youth and discipline the youth there. So that's the story behind Sports Beyond Cancer. So please don't forget to share with your friends and hit the subscribe and like button there. This time banged in a little bit short, and he's pulled it towards the deep mid wicket region boundary there. That'll be the boundary there. 4 runs there for Glenn Phillips. He's raced on to 74 of 34 balls there. What a wonderful shot there by Glenn Phillips. With a slower ball off cutter, and he goes to the back foot and rocks and pulls it away towards the deep mid wicket region. That'll be a 459 for 2, and mandatory 14 over drinks break is out there in the middle, as Conway is out there running out with the drinks there. So that'll be the time for drinks. 159 for 2 after 14 overs, just 15 runs required of 36 balls, and go Kiwis, go. The Kiwis are once again going to storm this game here. And let's have a look at the scorecard for all the people who just joined in. There you go. That's the scorecard. Tim Seifert and Finn Allen today departing early. Finn Allen getting that early onslaught. 8 balls, 21 with a strike rate of 262. But Tim Seifert falling for the ball of Zafar, and he was caught at the mid-off region. But Finn Allen unlucky. He closed the bat, face of the bat early, and finding the outside edge, and good catch there by Sharma there. And since then, Rachin Ravindra and Glenn Phillips came in and stabilized the innings, especially Glenn Phillips taking off the pressure of Rachin Ravindra with his big shots. And he's batted beautifully with a strike rate of 217.65, and Rachin Ravindra 3 short of a well-deserved 50. Much required for Rachin Ravindra, especially he's been on a tough tour. He struggled to get some runs on board, and this kind of a knock was definitely needed from him to bring back the confidence, especially with New Zealand entering into the next phase of the tournament here. That will do the world of good, not just for Rachin Ravindra, that will do the world of good for the Kiwis too. They would want him back amongst the ranks, because he's been a prime player since his arrival in the New Zealand cricket circuit. And he's had the right environment today and the right support there from Glenn Phillips. He's taken off the pressure and given him the time and space to play that kind of a knock, where he could knock the balls, pick those singles, find the bat, set his eye in, and spend some time out in the middle. And he's batted beautifully there, along with Glenn Phillips, building this 100 plus run partnership out there. The partnership currently unbeaten on 129 or 65, and that'll be drinks break, and we'll be back soon here. As they require just mere completion of procedures now, as they just require, I think, 15 runs from 36 balls there. Time for us to take the drinks break too. Dry throat and just needed to have this sip of water here, and a lot of fans enjoying the moment there, out there in the middle there in the MA Chidambaram Stadium. It's a hot day, a Tuesday afternoon, and still this decent amount of crowd have turned up to watch this game between Canada and New Zealand here at the MA Chidambaram here. The next game is going to be exciting there. Even for Zimbabwe could mean Australia out of the tournament. I mean, I'm not sure what to say, but definitely somewhere they don't deserve to be in the group stage. Honestly, despite knowing Australia are mighty champions and how they have dominated tournaments, this time Shivam flight and delivery, and Rachin Ravindra smashes it deep into the mid-wicket region there. A happy homecoming for Rachin Ravindra to Chennai this time. He's managed to get to his half century, 53 of 35. The former Chennai Super King batter will be definitely pleased to get the 50 on board at this game ground. He's been a part of this franchise for quite some time, and he'll be definitely happy that the 50 has come into his name finally after two initial struggles there in this tournament. He's managed to get the 50 on board. 53 of 35 here. A wonderful shot to get to that landmark here. This time the ball banged in a little bit short outside the off stump, and he's managed to tap it towards the deep cover region there, a sweeper cover region there. That'll be a single here. I mean, we'd definitely be happy because if Australia don't make it to the Super Sixers this time, because they don't deserve it. They have not played up to the potential, and definitely I want the deserving teams to be there, and definitely Zimbabwe, hats off, they definitely deserve to be in the next phase. The way they have played, completely dominating Australians, and the way the pacers are bowling, all the three pacers, and despite the injury to the reserve members in the substitutes, they managed to wonderfully outplay Australia. The way the past two bowlers, especially the way Blessing has been bowling, he's been a revelation. He's been a superstar in this format. The kind of lengths he bowls and the kind of and at the pace which he bowls, absolutely lethal for a batter to have someone of the height of Blessing Muzarbani coming in and bowling that kind of a length and hitting the deck hard. Absolutely, Zimbabwe deserve to go ahead, and 6 runs required from 32. Here you go. This time, once again, he goes for the switch hit here. He changes the grip on the handle. This time, doesn't get good connection on the bat. Only manages to pull it towards the cover region for a single there. Five runs from 31 balls. Rachin Ravindra, can he finish it off in a fashion here? Can she finish it off in style here? This time, good ball. The ball was darted in good length delivery coming into the batter there. Rachin Ravindra there, shadow practicing that if he should have gone for the pull shot, but he has just managed to tap it back to the bowler there. That'll be a dot ball after the end of the 15th over. 165 for 2 after the end of the 15th over. 169 for 2, and just 5 runs required of 30 balls here. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Just waiting in the chat box. Please drop in a feedback because I want this to be a learning curve. Every single day with a learning curve for me, because without learning, that doesn't make any point of being on this platform here, because I want to grow as an individual, want to grow as a character, want to grow as a better sports journalist there. So every single acknowledgement coming in from you will be much appreciated, be it positive, be it negative, because negative will be taken as a critical feedback, critical criticism, and definitely will work on it and try to get better so that I can better myself and grow as an individual. So kindly requesting you to drop in a comment in the chat box so that we can have a conversation, and also that will make me motivated, because these past 3 hours I've put in the effort, and that will make me feel like now that there were real actual people listening to me, and they are actually listening to me, and they are giving me inputs, and they're also giving me feedback. So that will be extremely helpful to motivate me to wake up tomorrow or wake up in the future to come back with a smile on my face, so that I can know that people are listening to this, and that gives me a purpose to wake up while I undergo the remission phase here. 3 runs required of 30 as that's the white ball, and the ball goes through the keeper's legs, and the run take an extra run there. So just 3 required of 30 here, and New Zealand comfortably, dominatingly are going to take away the game here from Canada. And the poor season continues here for Canada once again. Just Karandeep Singh, he's been expensive, 2 overs, none for 26. And he's bowled it wide again, straying down the leg, and Ravindra going for the wild pull there. Doesn't manage to get any bat on ball there. That'll be a wide ball there. The Kiwis going all the way, and wonderful, wonderful stuff there once again by these two batters out there in the middle. Glenn Phillips has been loving this Indian subcontinent since his arrival in the India tour of New Zealand, and he is continuing his rich form, especially after being promoted to the number 4. He's taken the responsibility, he's shouldered the responsibility, he's played with authority, he's played with conviction, and he's played with range of short dribbling. This time banged in shot, and he pulls it towards along the ground and rolling away towards the boundary in the deep mid-wicket region. That will do for the Kiwis. That will do for the Black Caps. That's a victory for the Black Caps here. The Black Caps winning here comfortably by 8 wickets here. What a wonderful win there for the Black Caps here, winning the game by 8 wickets, and I think 15 and I think 4.1 4.2 balls left. 4.4, I guess. 4.4 balls left. Let me check it. 4.5 balls left. Beg your pardon. 4.5 balls left. And New Zealand winning the game convincingly by 8 wickets. A great batting effort there by these two gentlemen out there in the middle. 146. Unbeaten partnership. 146 of 72. That's over 200 strike rate in the partnership. I mean, the strike rate in the partnership is more than 200. Courtesy Glenn Phillips, 76 of 36. And Rachin Ravindra, 59 of 39. The Kiwis will be carrying the momentum, and this win will definitely boost their confidence. Especially, they will be happy that Rachin Ravindra is back amongst their runs. He was their number 3 batter, and definitely that would do a world of good. Rachin Ravindra finding them touch and finding some time out there in the middle, and also getting that 50 there will definitely boost his confidence, will definitely boost his performances, and he will be looking more eager to put out a similar kind of performance for the team out there in the middle when the New Zealand take on the go ahead in the future in the tournament here. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this streaming between New Zealand versus Canada live. We were covering this game live here from the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the time. I hope you enjoyed the game there. I hope you loved the commentary too. Eagerly waiting for the chat there. Not sure why you people haven't messaged me on the chat box there. And we just had 870 views on this entire stream. Definitely hoping that you will share it with your friends and family, and we will bring in more numbers who love sports and want to give it back to the sports community, and will always want to use sports as a catalyst to develop and promote positivity in the community there. So there you go. Opting to bat first after winning the toss. Canada put up 173. Yuvraj Samra, unfortunate there. He scored a wonderful century there. Yuvraj Samra, 110 of 65. He batted beautifully there. The tall, lanky batter there. He smashed the bowlers, the New Zealand bowlers, all across the park. But the positive signs there for Canada, because he's notched up his century and 169.23 with a strike rate of 169.23 there. And for the Kiwis there, they will be happy that Jacob Duffy, who had lost his confidence after being ripped apart against South Africa, he was completely expensive, completely bowling poor line and channels there. He's made a comeback. He's shown them back that he is the world number 2 bowler, and that was just an off day. And he picked up a wicket for 25 runs, giving away the economy rate of 6.2. And Kyle Jamieson was expensive, who was replacing Loki Ferguson, went for 4 overs, 1 for 41. McConchie getting a game here due to the absence of Mitchell Santner, who's had some issues, I think, with a dodgy night, as said by Daryl Mitchell there, and he's been expensive. 3 overs, none for 34. And in reply, Kiwis started well with Finn Allen taking on the power play initially. 8 balls, 21 runs, and then both the openers falling pretty quick within quick sections. 30 for 1, 30 for 2, and then these two were out in the middle, and they carried out the bat through the innings, played sensibly, played some wonderful looking cricketing shots, and then some out of the box shots, just like the switch hits and the reverse sweeps, and that switch hit absolutely surprising everywhere on the ground there. And New Zealand going on to win the game by 8 wickets with 4.5 overs to spare. So that's the story out there from the middle there. The Kiwis taking the game home, the Kiwis winning this encounter, and Kiwis are completely dominating Canada to this afternoon here in Chennai, and Kiwis taking the game home easily. Especially this will do a world of good. Especially they were coming off a loss against the Seas to South Africa, and the momentum and the shoulders would have completely dropped. The energies would have dropped in the dressing room and as well as in the team there. And this win will definitely lift them up. This win will definitely boost their confidence, and definitely a good time to get this sort of win, a convincing win, such a big win. And rightfully there, Kyle Martin there, the former New Zealand women's cricketer, wicketkeeper there, presenting the trophy to player of the match trophy to Glenn Phillips there. Wonderful stuff to see Kyle Martin out there. She's been a legend there for the New Zealand women's cricket there. She's a wonderful wicketkeeper. And I worked with her for a couple of times. She's been a star there for New Zealand, and now she is donning into the broadcast team as a commentator. Great to see her presenting the player of the match here. And Glenn Phillips, 76 of 36 balls, unbeaten knock. She's been wonderful there. He's been wonderful today, beg your pardon, and he's batted beautifully. He's taken the game away completely. As soon as he went in, he stormed into the bowlers, especially the spinners. Whenever he found the ball in his arc, he did not think twice. He had no double minds. He just went with the flow, went with the angle, and they were all wonderful hits. He also brought in the sense of creativity and cheekiness when he went for the switch hit and managed to surprise everyone there with Saad bin Zafar, the bowler, also having a big laugh, seeing the ball sail all the way over the ropes of that switch hit there. So there you go, New Zealand winning the game comfortably with the 4.5 overs and 8 wickets in hand, and that will put them. Let us have a look at the table there. What does the table proceeding say here in this group? So I think that victory ensures New Zealand have qualified for the Super Sixes here. They have qualified for the Super Sixes as they have 6 points on board, and this will result in the elimination of Afghanistan. Afghanistan will be gutted with themselves. They would have hoped a victory for Canada will give them an outside chance to come in the tournament there. So with this victory here, the Group D is sealed here. South Africa has qualified along with New Zealand here, and a victory. This group is sealed completely. Yes, elimination for Afghanistan, UAE and Canada there. So that's the story out there from the middle. The big news is the open group is Group B. Only Sri Lanka has qualified in Group B here. The only way Australia can qualify, as I've explained. There's a lot of permutations and combinations, which is extremely tough to see. If a win for Zimbabwe in either of the two games there, have, especially the afternoon game today, a win for Zimbabwe in the afternoon game in the against Ireland will be curtains for Australia, despite they still having a game against Oman. For the first time probably in history, I guess, Australia will be out of this tournament in the group stage with them still having a game in hand. And absolutely, the Australian fans will be shattered here. Poor turnaround by them in this campaign here. And let's see, but they have an outside chance only if Zimbabwe lose both the games. Ireland win today's games with a less margin, and them going on to beat Oman with the extremely high margin. That's a lot of things to be hope for. A lot of prayers to work out in their favor. You never know. Cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen out there in the 22 yards there. So let's see how things go ahead. This is Saurav Vittalmurthy. Thank you, Can Hiddleston 980, for being there and for listening to our stream all throughout, and appreciate the commentary, mate. Thank you for your kind words. Wonderfully coming kindness is an integral part of the Kiwis there. I've seen the Kiwis are down to earth, and just like you said, you're from Auckland. Your words speak for yourself. The appreciation you've given me definitely speaks about the character, about the culture the Kiwis carry, and the nature and the type of human spirits you guys uplift. Thank you. Wonderful to hear from a Kiwi person there, from a New Zealander there. Extremely considered New Zealanders, extremely close to my heart, because I've been an integral part of love, and I've loved my time during New Zealand. Definitely will try to come back there pretty soon sometime there. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you all enjoyed the commentary. New Zealand have won the game by 8 wickets. We'll be back soon for the next game. Please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And just before you go, ensure you crank those numbers by sharing with your friends and family, because we are definitely in need of the support to fight against this cause, to fight against this battle against cancer, so that I keep my purpose alive, so that I wake up each day with a purpose to keep my passion alive towards my passion for sports journalism. So please ensure share with your friends and family, and don't forget forget to hit the subscribe button. That will mean the world of good to me. That will help me recover extremely well, because when I stay tuned with my passion, automatically life happens around me. Life happens to be beautiful around me, and sports journalism has always been my passion. So please do the needful for me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. We'll be back soon for the next game. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the stream. This is Saurav Vitlamurthy signing off.